Hit the wrong button. Didn't go to full screen first. Went to just an unused template of what we got going on here. My bad. Entirely didn't intend to do that at all. We're live, and I currently have clickbaited you into this because Andy is not here yet. Andy, his train is running late, so he is a little behind. He'll be here in it looks like about a half hour or so. Andy should be here. A half hour, 45 minutes. It depends. His train is in though. He's here. He's on his way. He's doing his best. He's really struggling, but he really wants to be here. So we'll see him at some point tonight. You'll hear old car horn noise from my phone that I've left on full blast about 4 inches from the mic, so you guys can hear it and blow out your eardrums. And then I'll go let Andy in so he can hang out with us. First off, something's different here. I don't have a Coke Zero in a bottle. I'm doing 2 liters at the moment. I mean, you're telling me single bottles in this economy? That's ridiculous. So I'm red solo cupping it right now. What really happened is that DG has a wicked deal on Coke Zero right now in 2 liters. And I know a good deal when I see one. So a lot of things have happened in the past. You got a soda? I don't have a soda stream. I I should really get one. I keep like I occasionally will see an ad for it, and I'm like, those still exist. And then I remember that you champion the soda stream. So at some point, maybe I will get into it. Can I get a Coke Zero flavor for the soda stream? Because if that's the case, I might be all in. But this one weird, like, balding hair hanging down looks ridiculous. Let's fix all that. How's that? Looks ridiculous? Still looks ridiculous. That's fine. I'm super sweaty making this setup work. It's another unconventional setup. I'm glad to have my mic arm back over here and not be standing over here on a plastic board, even though that has brought me incredible riches this week. We'll get into it in a minute. But I was running through setting all this up. We're going to play Pro Skater HD today. And there's a big problem with Pro Skater HD is that it was only digital released and sounds like you're on Bluetooth. Oh no. Shouldn't be. It should be right here on this guy. Oh boy. It's definitely coming from this. I think it's coming from this. Is it cranked up too high? Is that the problem? Hmm. We'll figure this out. Really, it sounds like I'm coming out of a Bluetooth. Oh, I'm right. I'm good. So it is coming out of here. It just sounds bad. Does my mic sound bad? Did I break it? Am I too close? I haven't quite. Maybe I just needed to crank it up. Is that better? Is that working better now that I've turned up the volume? I haven't quite mastered my sound mixing again since switching to this laptop. Everything sounds different to me coming out of the speakers of it, and it throws me off for everything else. Even though I don't often use the speakers for this, it's just like, what I do really throwing me off. Okay, we're good. Everything's good. We're back. We're back. Maybe I'll just crank it all the way up. Is that better if I just throw it all the way up to the peak? So like we're gonna have a lot of gross swallow noises with the solo cup. Sorry there. Anyways, what I was saying, Pro Skater HD. It was a digital only game, and it's been delisted. It got delisted a long time ago. At this point, you can't even buy it. I got a code off of Amazon about a year ago and was able to get the digital version on Steam. So I'm running that through a Steam Deck on a dock that's running into my capture card as normal, like I would a console. So it's kind of a wonky setup, as I'm known to do here. But along with that, I don't have the DLC. The DLC is gone. Like you cannot get the DLC for Pro Skater HD. So this is only base game Pro Skater HD. I feel like that's fair. I didn't do add-ons for anything else. Like nothing had add-ons, but I feel like we're still within the realm of what we're supposed to be here. So we're gonna do that. How's the Nitro? Nitro is awesome. It has changed my life. Editing is 10 times faster. The stream is not exploding when I'm trying to do anything except for just like straight video stream. It it is a game changer. Upgrading to the Nitro has really it's improved all aspects of my life. But we'll jump into this part of this now because we got this going, and I can this way. I was trying to figure out which way I need to go to get into that frame, and it's all gonna probably get thrown off when Andy gets here because you can't. This is a one. I moved to a one-person frame. It's very center of the screen focused, but it's okay. I've got a second one on deck. Boy, does this look awful. Now, if you'll notice, I have played through this once because I could not play through it when I got it. So I played through this once as Tony Hawk. Terrible experience. I think when I look at this on the dashboard, it says like 4 hours of playtime total. Like I gave up. There's the main career, and then there's the projectives, and I think I made it to hangar and then gave up on those. And was like, all right, I don't need to play any more of this. And now we're back in it. I don't know if we'll go pro objectives or not through this. But sorry, that stunned me. Looking at that dude stunned me for a minute. I don't know how far we'll go. At least we'll go through the main goal list of this. And then we'll go from there. Now, I don't know who I'm going to be because I've already maxed out Tony, so I have to pick somebody else. Could be Eric Costin. I'm pretty sure he's a Scientologist, so I'm going to stay away from that one. I think it's Eric Costin that's a Scientologist. Like a major one. Chris Cobra Cole. That dude rips, but he had some recent controversies as well. But I may play as him anyways because he rips. We'll do that. I'll be Chris Cobra Cole. I remember having like a skateboarding magazine in like 2009 that had a cover, like had like a 2-page spread of him like jumping a stair set or something, and being really obsessed with that guy for a while. Hold on, I can see that you said something. I've lost my chat. Oh nope, I've opened the Microsoft Store. There we go. I'm out of the loop. Yeah, there was I believe like there was some type of physical abuse or verbal abuse with his ex-wife. Allegations that I don't know where they went to, if they were true or not. But he's back doing stuff all the time now. And I feel like if once you're back doing stuff, maybe it's okay. I don't know. I'm shooting in the dark here. I'm just playing as a dude in a video game. He like cracked his cranium open the other day. I saw on Instagram trying to skate a bowl because he's not a vert skater. We'll see. Somebody will have to fact check, and maybe I'll drop off and switch to somebody else. But the major problem I'm running into right now is that these are PC controls, and it doesn't account for my controller. So I don't know what these buttons correspond to. And that's going to be a problem for me, trying to figure out what am I doing here? Is that somewhere else on here? That dark slide? Oh, it's because I don't have any cash. I'm poor. Somebody told me I was poor. Okay, well, I guess we'll go straight into it. This is a weird game. If you don't know anything about Pro Skater HD, it is just a bizarre. Like, when Vicarious Visions did this, they remade both 1 and 2 together, full games. This is just a mashup of both, and a mashup of mechanics, and it just sucks entirely. Like Warehouse School 2, The Hangar, Mall, Venice, Downhill Jam, Marcel's. It's just like a blend of okay levels. I don't think any of them are competitions. I think this has goals in it, and that's a competition level, so that doesn't make any sense right off the rip there. But that's the only one, too. That's the only competition level that's in here, but it's got goals. I don't know why. And the whole thing has the big drop mechanic, which I cannot stand. So that's a lot of fun. And they replace the secret tape with secret DVD. Man, this is just a disaster of a game. You ready to buckle in and do this? I did learn something recently. And out of all my years Tony Hawking it up, I have never known that you can, if you're doing playing a game with a big drop mechanic, which is just this 1 and 2, you can actually like stop it. And I had no idea. Like if you hit the ollie button right before you hit, it cancels out the big drop. I had no idea. I've been fighting that my entire life. Found out about a month ago. And apparently it's like common knowledge to people, but I just had zero idea that was the thing. This is that goal even in this? I'm trying to do a goal that I don't even know is. Oh, cool! It doesn't pop up. Oh, okay, there it is. Yeah, not even a thing. Grind small QPs. This is the only thing that I find to be useful from Pro Skater HD is that there's this like map that shows you where everything is. I don't know why no other game ever did it, but it's kind of sick. Okay, I thought I was. Oh, I am. My trigger's popping off without me doing anything. It's making me spin a little out of control. Yeah, that's a bit of a problem. We'll work through that. I don't know why that's happening. It's really throwing me off though to have spins I'm not controlling. I've never had that problem before. Work 12 hours a day. Gotta work tomorrow. Good night, Goblins. Hey, good to see you, man. Thanks for just swinging in, just to swing in. Well, that doesn't help. Okay, we're just gonna have to roll with it and hope that it doesn't create too many problems. It's really creating a lot of problems that I'm spinning wildly and I can't control it. I might have to swap controllers here in a second. Because I'm spinning the opposite direction of the direction I'm trying to go. Give me just a second. We're going deep in this for a minute. What does it say? Oh, it's apparently taking screenshots. That's cool. Triggers. Cool. There's nothing wrong with it there. I don't know how to turn off a controller that's connected to this thing. Still not trying to do that. Oh, that was not good. I apologize. This is the first time. Usually, when I do this, I go through and verify everything is functional, and I did not do that this time. I threw this whole thing together. I have no idea how to turn this thing off. Is there no control? It's taking screenshots like crazy. It's like 4,000 screenshots on here. What is going on? Stop taking screenshots. Man, that's so many screenshots. I do not know how to turn this thing off. There we go. Okay, let's try that. Oh, now it's really not working. Oh, it's because I finished the level, that's why. There we go. Now hopefully things are functional. If not, I'll go grab... Oh, it's not. Alright. Bear with me here. I did not know all this was going to happen. Why does that keep popping up? That's a window I don't use. One moment. Okay, I apologize for this complete disaster we're working with here. Uh, there we go. I had to go find the controller. Couldn't figure out where it was. I have an Xbox controller we're gonna rock with for the rest of this. I'm out of breath from trying to find it. I had to find the one that was pre-connected to it. That's much better. There we go. I have control again. Apparently when you're set to be like always reverting and spinning, you have like no control over what you're doing. So, God, I am so out of breath. I am incredibly out of shape. All I did was flip some couch cushions and move some curtains trying to figure out where it was. And it was on the charging dock where, you know, it should be, and I just didn't think to look there. And boy, am I just so winded from that. That's the controller's code for Andy. Unless he texted while I was in there. No. I just really needed a controller because that thing was stuck reverting. What a nightmare. That PS4 controller kind of became a bit of a toddler toy for a moment, and apparently it just obliterated that trigger because it was stuck down. I keep forgetting I can't stick or slap or wall plant, whatever trick I'm trying to do. So since I've been playing Ride on stream or Shred and Ride, I've been playing those stupid plastic board games. One stupid plastic board game, one really good plastic board game. I have had the itch to play real Tony Hawk this whole time. So I've been playing 1+2 in my free time again. And I expecting to rip combos like I do in that, and you just can't do that in this game because this game is a complete disaster. So I guess we could get into the things that happened this week. What a magical week for a bit that just kept on giving. Because last week you may not have noticed, but I don't know why you would know this. It's not like people have said it anywhere, but I did become the speedrunning world record holder for Tony Hawk Shred this week. That happened on stream last week. And there are a lot of hilarious twists and turns to this that make it so much funnier to me. Like, I've really been running this bit into the ground for an entire week. That was cool. I don't know what caused that. But that's just a case of this game. You just kind of learn to ignore it, that it does that kind of stuff sometimes. There's no rhyme or reason to it, it just is. Just like Tony Hawk Ride and Shred. They just be what they be. I don't know where the rest of these manifest. Oh, well, there's one. Oh, there's one up there. There we go. Look at that. You just say you don't know where something is, and then suddenly it appears. So, the funniest twist of this whole thing is that nobody watched the stream last week. I mean, there were people in here, like on and off, a couple, but there was 0 chats in the entirety of the stream. There wasn't hardly any viewers in here. My least viewed stream I've ever had. That's not a complaint. I'm not blaming you guys. I can't expect there to be 15 people in here every single week. You guys got other stuff to do than be here. But, like, I mean, I understand. So, I was like, oh, that sucks, but that's fine. And then, towards the end when I finished it, I was like, well, that was kind of fast. That can't be right. And I looked up to see if anybody had speedrun this game. And there's, like, 2 YouTube playthroughs entirely of Shred. Like, nobody's even really played it. So, that kind of, like, a switch flipped in my brain, and I was like, I could make a bit out of this. Not expecting for it to go as far as it did. But the funniest bit about this being my least viewed stream when it was happening live and there being no chats is that since all of this has transpired, that is now my most viewed stream VOD ever. Because of this speedrun thing that I have just, let's be honest, made a complete ass of myself with the entire week. And I'm sure people are getting sick of it, but I'm just keeping the train rolling because this bit is so funny to me. So I did all that. I did the stream and then saw that the time was there, and I was like, I don't know, I guess I'll send this to the speedrun thing just to see. Tony Hawk Shred wasn't even on the website. Like, they did not have it on their website. Because nobody, I guess, has tried to speedrun it before? Okay, I've grinded those like 6 times, so I don't know what just now registered there. That's fine. I don't have to grind the entirety of this, do I? Maybe it's the one at the top? I just need to grind more of it? Or in a certain direction? There it is. Okay. Yeah, I forgot sometimes goals just don't trigger in this game also. So anyways, back to the whole speedrun bit. I reached out, I looked into how to get it on the website. You have to message moderators, so then I went to tracking down the poor moderators. I found one named Big Law, who's kind of like the main guy of the Tony Hawk series, the Tony Hawk franchise speedrunning community. He's kind of in charge of verifying all the runs, making sure they're accurate. And then that poor fella had to sit through my entire stream to give me a time, and then told me that if there's not two people, you cannot. They like don't usually post runs if there's not two people trying to do it. And since it was just me, they didn't really have a reason to post the run. Like they didn't have all their whatever their words are lost on me at the moment. They didn't have all the things they need for their process to post a run up there. I'm gonna up my stats because I can't reach that money. But I did ask at the end of the conversation, can I just claim the record? And he was like, yeah, you've done it. So why? I don't know what buttons. Okay, there's the button I need. Okay, that's as far as I can go. We'll see if I can get that dollar now. Because in this, to do all the goals, you have to get all the dollars there. So anyways, Big Law said, you go ahead and just claim that record, buddy. So I did. And I have been absolutely obnoxious with it for the entirety of this week. To the point that I do have to say, like, thank you to so many people who are just helping me run this thing into the ground. Like, I know when I'm being obnoxious, and I said it when I got it, when they told me, I was like, I'm going to be really obnoxious with this. And I have been. But the amount of people who have just, like, jumped in on the bit and are just right there along with me. I've been on streams. I don't know why, but they showed the stream on Kind of Funny Games Daily after I wrote it in as a joke, not expecting them to do it, and then they went right along with it to the point that they showed the screen, like they showed the VOD on stream, and like 10,000 people have seen my socks. Not like the most, like, not something I was rooting for, but it happened. So that was pretty sick. And then out of nowhere, I got a message from the speedrun.com saying that Tony Hawk Shred has officially been added, and then I submitted my run and they said it. So now I'm actually on speedrun.com as the #1 world record for speedrunning Tony Hawk Shred. I don't know how much farther this bit can go, but I'm hoping it can keep going because I'm really I'm milking it for everything I can. And you don't even. I know you guys know. But like, yeah, we're well aware. I'm sure everyone's well aware I'm doing that. Okay, so I gotta now that we're on school, I'll have to go back and get the money money in warehouse later once I have a little more stats, so I can make that jump because I just can't. I thought I had to come up here for some reason in this one, but maybe not. In one, okay, yeah. See, I didn't go down on the big drop. That's a wild revelation for me. There's a stat up there in 1+2, but in Pro Skater HD up there is a little dollar. I guess I'll come back for that later. I need so much more speed. I think that's really the stat I should be working on, is speed. This game is so slow and stiff and weighty. Weighty feeling, I think, is the word I'm looking for. Like, it just feels... It feels heavy and sluggish. Like, this game feels like it's been just eating fast food for every meal. you had one of those days where it's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You're at you're just bouncing around the fast food places, and then the next day you're like, I can't move at a comfortable speed. That's what this game feels like. And that is my review of Tony Hawk Pro Skater HD. Oh, that little groan when you hit that rail was hilarious. Why does he sound like that? That's certainly not Chris Cole's voice. He doesn't sound anything like that. Look at that. We're blowing right through this thing. So what else happened this week? I didn't really talk about the events of the previous week on last week's stream either. I was just really just honed in on mostly being baffled that Shred isn't that bad of a game, is a conclusion I came to. And I'm not just saying that because of the whole like the speedrun thing. It's genuinely like 10 times better than Ride. What a different experience those two games are. But I didn't really talk about the previous week because I did a lot the week before too. I had the Jason Trost interview, which was a wild experience also. That came out of nowhere. And he was super nice. Great dude. Really glad that all went so well. I think the beginning of it was a little rough on my end. I was still trying to figure out how all that worked. I've never interviewed anybody before that, so that was like a whole new experience for me. But as someone who had been interviewed, he did a great job at kind of, if I ever got tripped up, he just kind of led me right into it. And also the fact that I was able to edit the whole thing, that really saved me. Cut out all my silence and stuttering. The stuff you get here when you watch one of these. I cut all that out. But it was a very cool experience. First time I've ever had a movie screener. That was a cool thing that I've never experienced yet. And I've had a couple of indie game codes roll through my emails, but never once has anyone been like, you can watch my movie for free. And I didn't put this in here, but we had a conversation like pre-interview that this is a problem I have with this. Like, I'm not anybody important, but people keep offering me free stuff, and I don't know why. But when they do, I don't know how to just say yes, even though I know I should. Because he was like, hey, do you want to screen through this movie so we can talk about it? And I was like, I don't know, do you think I should? Which is a weird response to be like, this thing that's going to make this whole thing work out better and make a lot more sense. And I'm like, I guess if you think I should, instead of just saying yes. So that's something that I'm like really not used to. And I got to figure out how to be like, yeah, the thing that will better this, I should most certainly say yes to instead of just being like weird about people offering me codes and such for things. It sounds kind of like weird and arrogant to be like, I should be telling people to give me the free thing, but that's the problem I have, is that I don't want to be like, give me the free thing. But that's quite a rabbit hole I just ran down. Getting there. Outside of the interview itself, that was a great. Oh, I can't like gush enough about how awesome that experience was. Like I said, in that, if you didn't watch it, I've been watching that guy's movies since high school, so it was like wild to have that time to just like sit and nerd out over his stuff. If you don't know Jason, he's got an incredible catalog of movies, from like hilarious comedy stuff to excellent horror and like pretty serious. Like How to Save Us is like genuinely one of my favorite like horror movies, and that movie is basically just him walking around a deserted place. It's super good, and you can watch him. He's put like everything up on YouTube like right as we were doing that, so you can watch most of his movies there for free, and you most certainly should. That's not even part of the deal. I'm not. He didn't tell me to sell his stuff, but I like it, so I am. If you hit something just right in this game, it really just rockets you to another dimension. Okay, so what do I have left here in the school? That's the button. I can't ever find the button that opens this. Oh, ride the bells. Okay. And cash. We can knock these two out in no time. I say that and then entirely miss the bell. I may have incorrectly estimated Andy's time of arrival. It has been a half hour. I didn't account for traffic or, central Midwest traffic, which is just deers and raccoons in the street. Yeah, most certainly not Chris Cole's voice. Did they have one guy do all the voice? That's obnoxious. I think they had one guy do all the voices for this game. There we go. We're gonna come up to it in a minute, or not in a minute, and within the next stream or two, because this game can't take too long to finish. Clearly, I always think there's a bell right here because there's a level in Pro Skater 5 that is just a knockoff of School 2, which is this school. Like it is half of this level, and then when you get to like here, it's a soccer field. It's it's dumb and it sucks, but they put a bell in between those two buildings in it, and it throws me off every time now. For whatever reason, that one bell location has ingrained itself in my memory, and it throws me off every single time I play the actual School 2. Okay, now I just need them sweet, sweet dollars. Look at me go. I can. It would be funny if I finish all of this before Andy shows up and then he gets here. It's done. I am like so impressed with that man though. He is just committing because he's coming like straight off the train and then coming straight here to do this with me. He's supposed to be coming here to visit his family, and instead, he's coming here and then leaving them and going straight to hang out with me. That's commitment on a real level. This is not a controller problem. This one's actually on me this time. I'm just playing with the button. Man, this game's slow. But apparently has moon gravity. I'm gonna go out and buy stats again. I get so tripped up by what button is what. There's speed. You would think somebody being a street skater like Chris Cole, they would have way better manual stat, but there's like none there. His stats are just anus. They're awful. Ugh. Yeah, that was so much push to move like not even a mile of an hour faster. There we go. Yeah, the speed is so off this weighty game. This sucks. I would like to move at a reasonable speed. Instead, this is Tony Hawk's Pro Snail HD. That is by far the worst joke I've ever made. As it was coming to the brain, I was like, stop, don't say it, don't do it, don't do the Pro Snail joke, and I did it anyways. I apologize. I shouldn't have done that. I should not have subjected you to the Pro Snail joke. There we go. I forgot that jump never works. I don't know if I can get up there that way or not. Hey, what do you know? You can make it work if you have to. Is there two left? There's two left. There's no point. I know exactly where these two are. There was no point in me trying to get up there. That's also where a stat point is in 1+2, which is going to continue to be a problem as I'm making my way through this, that I'm looking for stuff that's not in this game. Should have went back to the ramp. I know better than that. Can you believe when this game first came out, when it was just Pro Skater HD day one, you couldn't revert, and then they added reverts in the DLC? What a nightmare. Why would they possibly think that's a good idea? Whoa, sick. See, I told you this game just does that. I get my special up so I have some speed to hit that ramp and get up there. I love how you can't get speed at all in this game unless you're accidentally launching up a ramp. Or launching off a wall, I guess, not a ramp. Please don't make me do this again. There we go. There's 100% cash and goals. Now we should have enough air and stuff to make it. I'm way off of my frame to do warehouse. So let's pop in here and see if I can get that last piece of cash I'm missing. Not yet. Still can't get it. Well, maybe. That's what I need to do is grind that. There we go. There's 100% cash and goals. We're killing it. We're absolutely killing it on Pro Skater HD. Only 5 levels left, and then we're done with Pro Skater HD already. What a mess this is, this game. And then we were just like, yeah, maybe Pro Skater 5 won't be bad. Like, we got this first. We knew already. What? That's like the worst denial you can have, to be like, it might not be that bad after we experience this. Oops. I didn't know if I could hit that or not. Man, something made me go so fast through there. Man, what a solid run. I've done like most of the goals already. What's left? Nose grind over the pipe and the scores. Well, that was close to what I needed to do. Still not a nose grind. It's just the button up while grinding. It really shouldn't be that difficult to do. There we go. It only took like 30 tries, but we got there. There you go. There's that 6 score. No, it's just cash. Just cash. We really might make it all the way through this before Andy gets here. What if it's a prank and he's not even coming? He's just at home watching the stream while I keep talking about him coming. He just wanted the free publicity. Who can blame him? If I could say I was on a stream with the 20 Shred World Record Speedrun Champion, I would absolutely use that. Because as him, I absolutely use it. Oh, I can't move the camera. Sick. That's so cool. If I was gonna make a game about flying around an area and looking for stuff, I would absolutely make it so that you can't look around with the camera to find said stuff. It's an excellent design choice by someone. I thought there was one like up there somewhere. I know where one is, and it's obnoxious to try to get. Which I guess it's time to try to get it because we're here. Oh yeah, there's. Oh no, it's the one I know I can get. I know I need to get, but it's difficult to get just because of this game's wonky controls. Which honestly, they're not. They're working with me a little bit today. I'm not saying they're good. I'm just saying I'm not having the worst experience I've ever had. Oh, did I get that first try? That's the one I always have like a super hard time getting. Now I have to figure out wherever this last dollar could be. Well, where could it be? I thought that was open for some reason. You know what I can do? Because it's just built into this game. I can just click this and it'll tell me where they all are. I think it's in that tunnel. I think I just skipped it. I just didn't hit it is all. It looks like there should be one like right here. Yep, just didn't hit it. Just went right past it. And there's Hanger knocked out too. Am I about to get the speedrun world record for this too? Will this be the guy that holds the speedrun record for all the Tony Hawk games nobody wants to play? Somebody needs to look it up, see what the time is on it. We'll retry that one. That's my signature line at mall. I always do the same line every time. Is this a part of it? That's you. That's one of the goals, right? Coffee grind gap? No. No, not a part of this game. Okay. Well, I don't think that's ever happened once in the history of a Tony Hawk game. Where you hit a wall and you go down. Is that him? That's the man. All right. I'll be right back with an Andy. I'm reckon. Somebody. I got wood chair if you want to throw a pillow on it. I apologize. Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I didn't know if you saw that I blew up all your socials here.
I've been.
There we go. Now people can see you. We'll just move this over. Ooh, not that way.
Is this Mario?
Mm-hmm.
This is sponsored by not the sandwich place I work for.
Oh no.
Yeah.
There you go. You may want to move into frame. If you want a Coke Zero or a Pib or something, let me know. And if you want sound, I floor rocked to that for you so that you didn't have to have my
self.
let me know. I'm gonna have to drop it down though because I can't see.
Nice sandwich.
Thanks.
Which one is this?
This is Pro Skater HD.
Oh,
So
I own this one.
you do? I didn't
No,
think.
I don't.
I don't think anybody.
I think I lied.
Pro Skater HD is the Robo Moto game that came out after Tony Hawk Ride and Shred. They made this before Pro Skater HD. Or Pro Skater 5. This is Pro Skater HD. This
Yeah.
is out before 5, and it's just a remake of 1 and 2 smashed together with like 6 levels,
Dang.
and it sucks.
Oh,
It's just a,
like the mechanics broken?
yeah. Yeah, it's super sluggish and slow. It plays like Pro Skater 5.
I mean, I'm just happy to be in the presence of a world record breaker holder.
Oh, we've sure been over that tonight.
I know, I'm sure, but I can't wait to watch the replay.
Yeah, I talked about how I've been a complete ass about it for the past week.
I'm a big fan.
It's been such a hilarious bit, and so many people.
And people are going along.
Yeah, I'm baffled at the amount of people that are just like, yeah, we'll do this with you, whatever you say.
We didn't stop for sandwiches. My parents just waited an hour and a half to pick me up from a train station, so they just got sandwiches themselves and saved me one.
So you got on a train, came here, and then
Yeah, boy howdy, let me tell you, it was a fine enough. I have a lot of train experiences these days. Thankfully, I'm achieving one of my dreams of being a 20-year-old that takes the train everywhere. That's just something I want to do for so long. And I do that at least twice a day now, because I take the metro to my new job and I take it back. So the metro is a little more chill. People on their commutes.
Yeah, he just does that.
That's fine. That's
For the people who can't hear, my cat likes to shove his hand under the door and go, or like, for probably the next hour we'll hear it. I don't know if you can, but it's not going to be great if you
I
can.
went to say hi. No, no. So, Metro, very chill. You know, it's like the perfect in between you know the L in Chicago and you know regular Amtrak. Now, regular Amtrak, if you didn't know, is beholden to the freight industry. You know, like the big brain silos, the things that get robbed in Breaking Bad all the time. You know, that type of vibe. Well, once you know it, I had to wait on 2 freight trains. And it wasn't all too bad. I got a girl's number and then fumbled it in the same train ride because those goddamn freights took way too long. We ran out of shit to talk about. I asked her, like, I didn't even ask for her number. I just asked for the date. And then she was like, oh, well, I'm not really seeing anyone. And she sees this. Hey, thanks for trying. Hi. Very quickly, And so she gave me her number. It was very, we kept chatting, and then it got to the point we both were getting a little hangry, and we're like, it's getting a little warm, and then we still waited, and then we started going the opposite direction because we had to change tracks because of the freight industry. So I'm gonna make a PowerPoint about why the freight industry is killing my dating life. But I still got a number, so I call that a dub. But
As long as after you got hangry, you didn't blow the whole thing up.
no, I kept it cool.
Yeah.
I didn't crash out, as the children are saying.
Then it's all good.
Yeah. Oh,
Maybe.
you almost spelled out ska.
Oh. Man, this is so slow and sluggish.
Yeah. So I apologize for being delayed. It was not. I wanted to be here upon open. So
That's okay. It was a complete mess when we started. And you're here, so you can see the visual mess of this setup. This is running through a
He's
Steam.
always tearing himself down.
There's a
And I'm impressed.
a Steam Deck in the corner on a dock that is running to this.
I didn't realize that was running what we're playing now.
Yes,
Oh.
yeah, it's this Steam Deck over here in the corner.
Stairs there.
Yeah,
Wait,
it was not the intention. What, the ramp?
no, I know this map, but again, it's seeing differently with these graphics, and I'm
Yeah.
like, this is.
Oh yeah,
something's off.
this game looks awful.
Like,
This and Pro Skater 5 both. They look terrible.
if you told me someone made a Tony Hawk like, I would said got really close.
Yeah, they definitely nailed making this look kind of like a Tony Hawk game.
Like I'm getting American Wasteland pizza. I'm sure. I'm not sure. So I'm gonna eat, and there are 2 halves. So if you want a half a sub,
Oh no, you need your what's the word? Brain food? Make sure you take every bite directly into the mic though if you could.
we don't hear ourselves, so I keep expecting myself to get louder in my own ear.
Oh, yeah, I don't ever turn the monitor on. Do you do that?
No, I hate doing that. But the industry thinks it's the right way to go, and I said,
I hate doing that because it's never like right on, like
never be
spot on with your voice.
I'd rather be slightly muffled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like it's never spot on with your voice. It's always delayed by like a millisecond, and my brain can't process that. And I just start like I already talk really slow and stop in the middle of a sentence to work my brain out. And when that's
Very
going on,
Obama of you.
yeah, I do kind of have an Obama cadence. I've been told that.
Really?
No.
I was like, damn, I nailed it. Well, let me be clear. Am I being too loud for your?
Oh, no, he's good.
Spoiler alert: Last Week Goblin has a family.
No, I'm down here like smashing a plastic skateboard through the floor on a weekly basis. They can sleep.
Noise canceling earbuds.
Yeah, they can sleep through anything. They're all good.
It has blood effects.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this game's wild. But what I was saying, anyways, about this whole setup, when I started, I was using a PS4 controller, and it had me locked in a constant revert where I was just doing this over and over again, and I couldn't stop it. So then I had to run out and try to find this controller that's also attached to the Steam Deck, because when it's not in here for this, it's usually in the living room. Like that dock is in the living room.
What was that?
And I use it
to... The grinds are disgusting.
Oh yeah, the whole thing looks awful. But I use this as a way to watch Disney Plus and Netflix without paying for it through extensions, because it's basically the Steam Deck is essentially just a laptop with a controller attached to the side of it, and you can get browser extensions and such to make those things work. I'm gonna say allegedly at the end of that, so that it doesn't out me for anything. Like allegedly, I use this for that.
Supposedly.
So this Xbox controller is always connected to it to do that. So we can watch Toy Story 1, 2, 3, and 4 on loop.
Wait, so your first one basically had Joy-Con drift on it? Like, it was a controller issue? What was happening?
So the controller just had, like, the trigger was just, like, locked in, and it would just revert me. But the triggers also spin you. When you're in the air, you can use the triggers to spin. So then I was always spinning to the right side,
Yeah.
even if I'm trying to spin to the left side. I was always spinning right, and it was really causing me a problem. So then I had to go run around and find this Xbox controller. Searched all the places. Turns out it was exactly where it should be, on the dock, the charging dock, which is where you would think a controller would be.
Yeah.
Is where it's supposed to be. But I didn't think to look there for some reason.
Well, and like their textures aren't bad. I'm trying like it looks bad because for, like the mechanics aren't. It's too ragdoll.
So visually, the like world doesn't look awful. The player models look disgusting, and stuff like that happens. Like you just blow through the walls of the map into nothingness.
It's pretty broken.
You've missed a couple of times where it's just rocketed me into space. You can see the outline of the level.
It's not as broken as Downhill Jam, but
honestly, playing wise, Downhill Jam feels better.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, this game sucks. I can't get up there for that money. I guess I should try to be getting the score.
Yo.
No,
Oh.
I went way too hard for it. I really tried for it.
And like other games, it's very kind of clear, like your point of contact. But since it's already kind of broken, you can't exactly tell when they're making. Like, how do you time that correctly?
So you just guess.
Yeah.
And as someone who has platinumed essentially Pro Skater 5, like I know this engine, and it still is awful for me. Like that.
You played a lot of 5?
Yeah, I have all the achievements. It's like when I got the last one and I looked on True Achievements, it's like 0.2% of people done this.
You're like Ryan with Burnout Paradise. That guy has completed every achievement in that game like a couple times.
Burnout Paradise?
Yeah, a racing game.
I don't think I've ever played a Burnout game.
If
like
you're gonna
know,
play any, make it that one.
I know of Burnout. I don't think I've ever played it.
I grew up on racing games a fair amount. Not like NASCAR, nothing like that, but a lot of Need for Speed.
Oh yeah.
I had Burnout Revenge, where you were supposed to, if you got like your car destroyed, you had to destroy that guy back in the race so that you could like give bonus points. And I pretty much I remember there was a racing game called like Speed Shift.
Burnout Paradise is the second best game ever made.
I'm glad he's here.
He's in here and he's ready to talk Burnout. If you need to, we can pull this up here closer.
Yeah, I have a phone. Oh, it is low battery though.
You can read the chat. Do you need a phone charger or an iPhone?
Maybe got the. I think my earbud died.
It's like 40 feet long.
It boomed at me.
Oh, it's the connection into the computer because that's what that charger is plugged into.
Oh, thank you.
It's wrapped around over to this.
Oh, there it is.
It's found it.
What were we talking about?
Burnout Paradise.
Yeah, Burnout Paradise is so I'm sure Ryan's told you. For those watching that don't know, Burnout Paradise is like the dream sandbox game for racing. It's like, okay, just drive to a street, and there's probably a race or an achievement, and you start from there, and it ends elsewhere on the map, and you just keep going. It's not like, okay, here's a mission, end mission. You're just constantly playing if you want. You can just drive around, you choose when to start races and stuff like that.
So it's the new Mario Kart.
Yeah, probably, frankly. Like, they probably, honestly, no joke, Nintendo must have looked at Burnout Paradise specifically for their new approach in terms of, like, I don't know, in my point of view. And that's coming from Ryan after years of being a bug in my ear about how great this game is, so I can't help but regurgitate some of his own words at him.
Wakes you up in the middle of the night. Hey man, let's talk about Burnout Paradise.
I'm just like doing something. I'm just like, don't you have a wife? I don't know what's going on.
Rubbing his hands together like he's a cricket. Hey, let me tell you about Burnout Paradise, kids.
Yeah. And meanwhile, we all have modern systems and still haven't played as much new games. I bought God of War Ragnarok with my PS5. Still never played it.
Oh boy,
man,
the amount of games I haven't played that I bought is sinister.
Oh, yeah. Burnout Revenge, and a lot of the Need for Speeds. Ryan would most likely go on some long thing about how one of them was owned, got bought by the competitors, yada yada
Discord's open, Ryan.
yada.
Yeah, there was it 2000 Burnout Paradise the best game, the best year in gaming 2008. I still think that's debatable. I think it's got to be 2004 or 5 are pretty solid years. Oh, I didn't have enough to make it to that dollar. I've immediately slowed down in this game now that you're here because I'm not like laser focused in on this. What was that? That was Ryan popping into the Discord, I think.
Oh boy.
I hear noises. Nope, it's an iPhone disconnecting. I thought it was him popping into the Discord. I was like, oh no, he took me serious. That cord's a little janky.
No, you're good.
Did I get 6 score? I did. Okay, I need video game boxes. Special trick over the huge 16 set. Grind 3 escalators. So just generally any special trick? I've never seen.
Just go hard in the paint.
I guess I've done this one before, but I've never seen that. I feel like I've never seen that goal before.
And like, what is the fall damage? But I know there's not
the big drop.
That's the fall damage.
The big drop. Oh, the big drop sucks. That was introduced in Pro Skater 2 and didn't come back until this game.
Really?
And it's just when you're over a big drop, you fall when you hit the ground. Is what I thought until I found out about a month ago. This big drop thing has cursed me my entire life. If you push the ollie button right before you hit the ground, then you can land a big drop. Yeah, I had no idea. There's nowhere that tells you about that.
Not any forums or...
Except for like, I think it's in like a tips and tricks screen in this or in the manual of Pro Skater 2.
Sure.
If you have the manual of Pro Skater 2.
A lot of understated rules here.
You can find that information. Nope. I'm trying to figure out what my special trick button is to do down that giant escalator.
Well, so, gotta ask.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I have asked this before, but I'm racking my brain.
Uh-huh.
Outside of any Tony Hawk games, what's your genuine favorite game? Not necessarily to replay.
So, like, favorite game of all time.
That impacted you a lot, and it doesn't even have to be the peak. If I'm not, my list always varies when it comes to media and stuff. Like Ferris Bueller used to be like one of my top 5, and now it's like really kind of faded. It's like things happen. But is there any that's just like, no, that has staying power?
My top 3 game list has stayed consistent forever. Since I was like 8. The top 3 I can give you every time. Okay, that's it. Down up B. Down up circle in my head. I had to figure
every
out
skater remembering that whenever they're doing this IRL.
I had to figure whatever his special trick is. There we go, over the 16 set. Ghetto bird over the 16 set. Oh, you gotta do the hat brim lip. My top 3 for forever is Resident Evil 4, Underground, Tony Hawk Underground, and Jak 2. They're all PS2
Jak
games.
2?
Jak 2.
I'm sorry, but why?
Have you ever played Jak 2?
No, that's the thing.
Jak 2 goes so hard.
Okay.
Dude, how informed are you on the Jak and Daxter series?
Very little.
Oh, okay, because it's in consideration for once I finish the Tony Hawk series.
It's on the same plane as
of doing
as
all the Jak and Daxter.
Sly Cooper, but it's less than Spyro somehow.
Kind of.
Just in terms of my familiarity.
Okay, because Jak and Daxter is a wild series. It makes literally no sense at all. Yeah, PlayStation 2 kid. And then became an Xbox guy after that.
I should have gotten more PS2 exclusives.
So Jak and Daxter itself is a Crash Bandicoot ripoff entirely. It has the exact same moveset as Crash Bandicoot. Like you do the little spins, you jumps, you collect the little orbs. It's a collectathon in a. It's like an open world collectathon. So that was kind of its big thing. Is that it was like, oh, there's no loading here. The games like to say they have the no loading thing. So, what is these that I'm doing? Oh, okay, I just need to collect those game boxes, so I'm just gonna start over again. Yeah, they were like, "There's no loading in Jack and Daxter." Ratchet and Clank greater than Jack and Daxter.
He's so befuddled.
Never heard a bigger load of BS in my life. Ratchet and Clank. I don't like Ratchet and Jank. God, I'm on fire with these tonight. There was another one I had earlier. It was awful.
Because it's from the same Naughty Dog that brought you Crash Bandicoot. So
Ratchet and Clank? Ratchet and Clank is not Naughty Dog.
no.
Oh no! Oh yes, Jack and Daxter. Yes, is from Naughty Dog. Ratchet and Clank is from where was it? Oh yeah, open world collectathon. So it's like it's like Crash Bandicoot, but it was in an open world, so that was like its big selling point. And then you'd like pick up these like power ups throughout. So at one point you get like fire powers, and then there's you just get these different like kind of elemental powers through the eco, which is the center of the whole game.
Yeah.
And then once you make it to the end, if you collect all like 100 orbs or whatever, then you get a cutscene that shows them. You lose your headphone?
It's between your crotch. So
Oh, okay.
I'll leave it to you.
Oh, there it is. So you get this cutscene that shows kind of it shows like the main bad guys opening like a portal, and you go into it, and then that's the end of the game. Like that's like the mysterious ending to Jack and Daxter, and then in Jack 2.
Wait, so Daxter didn't make the cut for the name scheme?
No, because they got sick after that. Jack goes hard after Jack and Daxter. Jack and Daxter, child's game. Jack 2, that's a man's game.
Interesting.
So Jack 2
do I
is a GTA
interjection?
clone.
Do I have to play the first one, or can I just know the story and then play Jack 2?
You can. I like to think of them all together as one connected trilogy.
Okay. Go on.
And then a racing game. This Jack X Combat Racing.
Okay.
It freaking rips. You think Crash Team Racing is good? You play Jack Combat X Racing. Jack X Combat Racing.
You know.
You'll never look at Crash Bandicoot the same way again.
All right. Heard.
So 2, Jack wakes up. He's got a goatee now. He talks. He's silent through all of Jack and Daxter. When he wakes up in Jack 2, yeah, he's a silent protagonist. You know, that's from that era where the characters didn't talk.
Yeah, okay.
Only Daxter talked. But then suddenly he wakes up and it's like Steve Blum or whatever, one of those deep, gravelly voice guys. I don't know who voices
Sure.
But he wakes up, he's got a goatee, he has gravelly voice, and he shoots guns now and steals like hover cars. And it's like a GTA clone with this super awesome lane shifting mechanic.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like pod racer, like hover cars, and there's like 2 different lanes you have to fly between. It's a whole sick mechanic. And then in 3, it gets even better. In 3, Jack gets like cast out to like the desert land, like Mad Max style.
Cover art looking like way more rad than Jack and Daxter.
Yeah, Jack 3, you get these like giant dune buggies that you race around that have like turrets on the front.
Wow.
And, yeah,
it turns into Borderlands before Borderlands.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's still like also like a bunch of guns that like modify and get different as you go.
Sure.
I'm missing one of these game box arts and I cannot find out where it is. Oh, I forgot I can do this. Oh, it's in the first part? Oh. No. Which way does this map go?
Are these it?
Oh, so I'm here. So there's one there's
2.
one up by the start that I'm missing.
Yeah, like at the start. So it's like you gotta take the up ramp. Yeah, go into the right.
Game volume is too loud. Oh, is it? I had no idea. Those glass panes, when I hit them, come so loud through the headphones because the headphones are at like peak volume all the time, and that's not. I can crank up the gain a little bit on this if that helps. Let me figure out which one it is. You let me know if that sounds heinous or if that sounds good.
And he's learning framing.
Oh, are you not in frame? Wasn't paying
I was just like a
I
while there.
I forget to look over there.
But I also I don't want to be like right
is it
up
here?
in here.
Nope. Didn't I get this one last time? Maybe I didn't.
Maybe all together.
I must have gotten it on a different run and not noticed. Oh, that game volume's real quiet now. I guess it's not full volume all the time. I thought it was. Different things are different on this new laptop that I can't like
Whoa.
figure things out.
Okay, so
I'm missing.
Jack 3.
Uh
Dune buggies. What? Any other major advancements, or it's just like, yeah,
huh. You
I'm
can
still
ride around on this
depressed.
little llama thing. No, he's still depressed.
Okay.
And
Wait, so does
that
Daxter ever come back?
yeah, no, Dexter's in 2 and 3. His name just gets dropped from the title.
I don't see how that's cool.
Because Daxter also gets his own spin-off on the PSP
Oh,
called Daxter that bridges the gap between 1 and 2, where Daxter saves Jack from his little in 2 he's like locked in a thing and they're infusing him with dark eco, which I entirely left out of the story that I was explaining to you.
it's turning into like Bionic.
So like half in Jack 2, Jack gets the ability to turn into Dark Jack, where he's like all purple and lightningy, and he punches people even though he has guns. Yeah,
It's that Sonic game.
yeah, kind of. But then in 3, he gets the ability to also become Light Jack, so you can switch between Dark and Light Jack.
Watch it.
Yeah. And then Prince of Persia ripped it off, I think, when they did that in whichever one of those it was.
Really?
Two Thrones, whatever that Prince of Persia game was called. I think.
Have you ever played Assassin's Creed?
A little bit. Not really a fan.
Yeah, I played Black Flag, and I did have a fun time with that, but mostly because I was like, this is the best Pirates game I've ever played. And that was...
I have heard a lot of things about Black Flag. Like people really like that one.
Yeah, like, but every time I revisit it, I can't. I get
There it
bored.
is.
Like, I'm just like, nope.
Yeah, I played a little bit of 2, and then I think that's it. And the beginning of 1 like 400 times.
Hey, can I go to Venice Beach?
Need you to teach me, Jack, because I couldn't figure it out. It's stupid. Collect a bunch of green grapes. Something get bent. That is not how Jack works at all. Yeah, Jack is in high consideration to be the game the series I go through after this, along with Sly Cooper and yeah, that was one of the ones I've thrown around.
That'd be fun.
I didn't know if I was gonna do this again, like run through a whole series like this, or
It's something, more capped and a bit more narrative would be a fun, change of pace,
yeah,
This has been fun, but you've done this for a year?
September it'll be a year. I've been doing it since September,
Yeah.
and I think I haven't missed a week since September, or I've missed a one week since September.
Yeah, it's been very dedicated.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed. And like, hell yeah.
But let me tell you, it's doing numbers for what the goal was. I originally started this to get my watch hours up, and it's been doing that.
I mean, yeah.
I'm halfway to that little monetization point
So much further
in this. I mean,
I'm doing a different tactic, and it's not going to work out, and I'm going to be upset that it didn't work out. And I should just live stream, frankly.
that's what I came across being the thing that raises it up. Like even now, like I've been putting out videos that are like sometimes hour like long, like the interview and stuff are like long videos, and they still like I get like 10, 20 hours off of it. But how those take so much longer than this I do for 3 hours and it'll pull 20 hours or more.
Do it consistently, and that is a bit of a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Schedule.
Oh, most certainly.
Like
when I'm like every single Friday I got to do this. I'm glad I switched to Fridays from Thursdays. So I think last time you were here, I was still doing Thursdays.
Yeah.
And doing that
was winter. Yeah.
Yeah, doing that and then jumping into work the next day. Like sometimes going till 1 a.m, which I'm usually up late anyways.
Sure, but that you don't want to start your last work day like totally zonked every time.
Oh yeah, I do this till like 1 a.m, and then turn everything off, get everything set up, and then wind down, and then it's like 2:30. I go to bed, and I
thank God you moved it to Friday.
Yeah, that's why, because it was completely wrecking my Friday every week. Assassin's Creed 2 is the sixth best game ever.
Oh my god.
There's no way that Assassin's Creed is anywhere on your best games ever made list. You're entirely making up your list if you put Assassin's Creed anywhere on that.
Impactful, I could see.
Impactful? Impactful for what?
You grew up with it. It's like me and Banjo Kazooie. Like I'm a try hard, die hard for that game, and people are like, meh.
A lot of people love Banjo.
Like Banjo.
I don't know why, but
Banjo
people love him.
It's true.
Oh, twisted myself. If I could figure out what button prompts went to what for assigning special tricks, I would.
Which one, yeah?
Because that would help. Well, because this is on PC technically, it doesn't account for controller support, even though it has controller support.
What?
So when I tried to put in a special trick, it's like you got to push semicolon and left, and I'm like, I don't know what semicolon is.
Shift?
And they're not broken up in any way by the kind of trick.
They're gonna give blood splatters, but it's not gonna be. It's only gonna be stock. It's gonna be. I feel like they just took the element from the library they sourced it from and just slapped it into the game.
Oh, this game had a budget of nothing. If you listen, the voice that comes out of this man is most certainly not Chris Cole. We decided that earlier at school too when I bumped into something and he was like, It's like that. It's not what this guy sounds like at all.
I worked at college with someone with that name.
Chris Cole? Was he the Cobra?
I don't think you can call him that.
Okay. Are you unfamiliar with Chris Cobra Cole?
No, that's the thing. I know there's a much more famous one. That's supposed to be him. But every time I know that name differently in a different context, so it annoys me so much.
Yeah, you have to throw the Cobra in there to differentiate. Oh, yeah, that's his nickname.
Self-assigned?
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, I'm the Cobra. I guess he's the Cobra.
Nobody calls you the Cobra. If you have a name like Cobra,
calls you Blast.
Exactly.
Yes, we do.
Nobody. If you have a name like the Cobra, you gave that to yourself. You most certainly gave that to yourself.
I'm gonna change the subject because I think you have some knowledge about what I'm about to ask you.
You want to change from Chris Cobra Cole to
it's different
Andy's
names.
Cobra
it's
question.
Names. So I've been chuckling at Joe Henry.
Wrestler man.
We're already in good company. Yeah, Ryan's been getting us back into wrestling. We haven't watched in the past couple weeks, but it's like WrestleMania, Mondays and stuff. So I kind of wanted to pick your brain. I growing up only had access to one wrestling game on the N64, and it was a black cartridge, and and it was just like a beat 'em up, and then Wii boxing is maybe the closest.
Absolutely.
Did you grow up with wrestling games?
Yeah,
you're a fan, right?
We kind of had this conversation on, I think, one of the Proving Ground streams, maybe.
Sure,
me and Ryan, when he was in the chat, when he was telling me he was getting back into wrestling. So I'm kind of familiar with your wrestling thing, and he was telling me about how he picks random episodes from 2008 to watch.
Catch me up to speed.
Wild way.
Did you grow up watching it?
Yeah. So when I was way younger, we watched wrestling religiously. I was a big Chris Jericho fan, and then it was as we got older, it was a part of the Harry Potter and that group of the No Jesus things that disappeared from our. So
you had it.
There's a weird window.
And redacted.
I guess I've left this out. I've never explained this portion. There was a bunch of stuff that we watched and were into, and then the Christian bands came later in life. They weren't there immediately.
So you were a late bloomer to Bible Man?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I mean, I'm not saying
Bible Man
15,
is supposed to be capped at the age of 6 at best.
It was around then. I was into Bible Man around then. But
you're telling me you got access to WrestleMania?
Yeah. So we'll say to maybe age 5 or 6. It was free range, and then from then on it was there was rules. So we had wrestling and such. And like my brother read the Harry Potter books, and
Yeah.
then eventually they were banned after that. Well, I didn't get them, but he got them. You have to ask my mom her reasoning for this like mid-age ban. The thing that throws me the most about it is I'm an avid South Park watcher
Yeah.
now, and when I was 4 or 5, we had like a taped VHS copy of Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride that I would watch and repeat all the time. And then later on, I wasn't allowed to read Harry Potter, so I don't know where the like line was drawn there. But I feel like once you've had Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride, you can't put that genie back in the bottle.
Yeah, you kind of release the crack in there a little bit, you know?
I mean, it's hard to come back from that one.
Yeah, I think in the same I think my mother followed similar trends because I remember my brother borrowed that wrestling game I mentioned, and he also borrowed from the same guy a South Park game. Go figure.
Oh, the sick
And
N64 first-person shooter one?
yeah, I'm pretty sure the one where you're Mr. fucking what's his name? Sorry, can you swear?
Oh, you're fine.
um, Mr. Hanky, Stinky, what's his name?
Mr. Hanky.
Hanky, yeah. And you like run around and play as him, and like it was just juvenile enough that my mom got annoyed and then paid attention a little bit more. You know, it's like some things you get away with because
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, it's whatever, it's kid watch, you know, like I'm not registering it as a parent or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But like, you know, it's like if they think it's annoying, then they need to have a reason to get rid of it. And I get that way of thinking. I've seen my siblings raise their kids, and I'm like, you guys are great parents, but I also understand your tactics, and sometimes you know this is BS. Like I see them do.
You need a way to get rid of this, and the Lord is the way to do it.
Well, no. Thankfully, they haven't gone down that route because we've learned from our sins. Yeah. No, it's so funny that South Park and wrestling are kind of like intertwined with both.
Yeah, so where I was going with wrestling
Sorry,
is
yeah.
that we were like into wrestling, and then we stopped, and then I want to say I guess it was around 2007. Wrestling came back into my life for a little bit, and
Okay.
I was really into SmackDown versus Raw 2006. That was like my big game I played all the time.
Okay.
And put like hundreds of hours.
What system on the PS2?
PS2, yes.
Yeah.
That cord disconnecting is mighty obnoxious. You're fine. You can leave it on. It just keeps throwing me off that I keep getting a boop because it's nearly the Discord noise, and I'm like, someone's popping in here, and then no one is.
Yeah, it's just ever so slightly. That's
But yeah, 2006 was the one I played a lot, and it was right around the time like I was watching wrestling and getting into that game right around the same time, and it was the time of the Donald Trump hair bet where they wrestled and then like whoever lost had to shave their head.
He was involved,
but they had to shave.
I forgot he was there.
Yeah, him and McMahon, they the homies. Unfortunately, they the home. I mean, I guess
but
both of them are.
Whatever the saying is, BS attracts. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're still the homies. But yeah, it was around that time when they were like, if this guy loses, then I'll shave my head, and if he loses, you shave your head. And then they shaved McMahon's head because Trump wasn't going to shave that floppy mess off of his head. And then
that's why people tune in. They want to see if he will.
Yeah. So yeah, it was around all of that is when I was really deep in around Cena's like big moment, Randy Orton's their like big rivalry they had.
Prior to the turn?
Oh well, way prior to the turn.
I'm learning the nomenclature.
The heel turn is recent, and I'm not currently in. I just I know through osmosis of being around people. So the heel turn is a much more like that was like within this year. It's a 2025 moment.
Let's just one frame of pure blood.
It's
there is no like ooh, let's dissolve in at least. Frankly, I would have just tossed him across. Just a little dissolve would make the blood less terrible.
Don't ask Robomoto any of their decisions or why they make these
what
games.
What other games have they made?
Robomoto, they made King's Quest for the Xbox.
Yeah, but not the original King's Quest.
No, the one that came out around Pro
I know
Skater
that because
5,
of my job.
because Pro Skater 5 featured special characters per console.
Sure.
Like each console had their own. They all featured the Ninja Turtles. Yes, you mean the Ninja Turtles in Pro
You
Skater
tell me
5.
Donatello's in that bit?
Yep. And so is Tyler the Creator and Lil Wayne
Oh,
are in Pro Skater 5. But
why?
then Xbox got the Sunset Overdrive guy and the King's Quest guy. And PlayStation got somebody significantly cooler, but I do not know off the top of my head because I've never played the PlayStation version. But I know they have somebody way cooler than Sunset Overdrive guy and King's Quest guy that literally no one was like, awesome, the King's Quest guy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but not a. You know how like whenever Smash Bros was doing their character reveals, sometimes it'd be like, "Yes, I don't know who Joker is."
Yeah.
Like, I guess this is a big deal to some people. I don't feel like they
Yeah.
got even that reaction.
You
Like,
said
it was
that
just like,
there's a
what?
Persona fan like weeping in the corners.
I know. It's a sin.
As a not Persona guy, I'm 100% with you,
People,
but
oh my god.
somebody somewhere is
I'm
weeping.
gonna let you in on an industry secret. Genshin Impact fans suck.
Oh man,
That's all I gotta
Genshin
say.
Impact is a game that I see and I'm like, no, definitely not for me.
Their fans are obnoxious.
So give me the lowdown since you're talking about it. You're on board for Games Fest this
No,
year?
actually,
Oh,
with my new job, creative director and everything, I've been doing freelance and I'm just not at the moment.
you cut Jeff loose.
Oh boy. Well, there are things that I can't
Oh yeah,
say on stream, but
absolutely.
there are extending uh situations as to why I'm not gonna push on both ends. But you know, it remains like you know, in a similar way that Kyle Bossman, who does help write like the Game Awards and stuff, it's still like, you know, freelance. It's not just, you know, his job. That's not, you know, that's not how our team operates. You know, it's much seasonal and stuff like that. So the tricky thing this year, I'm purposely leaving the day of the day of the actual fest open, because more than likely he'll need like clips upload and stuff like that, and it will be. But also, you know, modern TikTok, 75-day blocks. Jeff and I had a conversation prior where it's just like, yeah, what is TikTok going to be?
Yeah.
You know, going forward type of thing.
Is it worth building an audience there?
Well, and that's, yeah, and like that's the other factor is both of our availability, and then again, other things also occurred. Not bad for no one was malicious about that.
We're about to get the dirt.
No. I can't say things on stream, but I want to make jokes. No, anyways, so but yeah, there might be a chance that I do some uploads on the day and everything, but yeah, I mean, frankly, my big daily job has been
Sandwiches.
oh yeah, and it's like a new type of thing, you know. Like I would love to continue working with them and the team and everything, and you know, I think we both definitely plan on it. But yeah, when it comes to the daily grind and everything, it's like a new entity where I grew up thinking I wanted to be a chef. Spent years thinking about that.
Really?
Yeah, eventually I was like, do I want to be over a hot stove every night? Because like eventually you cook enough that you're like, holy shit, I feel fucking great. I'm sorry, I keep swearing.
Oh, you're fine. Do all the swearing you want.
Oh.
Remember, this is a stream where Johnny Turbo said flipping a bit, so you can say whatever you want here.
Yeah. Yeah, so I wanted to be a chef for so long, and like the most service industry job I've had was working at county market deli department.
Okay.
I even made my senior thesis film, and I called it deli department. I used it as a setting and then applied, you know, new characters. I co-wrote it with a friend. So it's funny that all of these things kind of collided to this point that I'm now able to kind of make my own story out of it, where it's like, all right, I built these chapters, I've thought about these things at certain stages of life, so I myself have thought about the advertising just because of the way I think and everything before I even, so it's like it feels like a nice cohesive thing. So
Yeah, what a wild connection to the sandwich
yeah,
shop
right.
that you. It sounds like I'm downplaying it, calling it the sandwich shop,
No, no,
but
no, but I mean, it's that, and it's an Italian restaurant. There's two entities, but the sub shop is the new thing.
man, you posted something with a pizza the other day that, like, oh, I was
Yep.
like, God, I want that
Yeah,
so bad.
Italian style song. Yeah, that was me. That was me. Um, yeah, we just installed like this huge pizza oven. All that to say, I'm giving you these fun work examples because it's, although I still really love editing and working for clients, such as SGF and everything. It's just like my daily grind when it wasn't on those jobs was like almost like unemployment almost, where it's like, okay, I
Okay.
have to fill this time with like productive activity, like, and if I don't, blah blah blah. um so to now have like, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here in terms of like consistent work, and then that it's helped me value my personal time so much more now, because it's just like it has set up those parameters, and that is something that freelancer just doesn't provide you as much.
It's funny in the middle of your serious conversation. It's a burp. This is the most loudest unhinged burp. All right, couldn't get off of that once I got on it.
But yeah, no, yeah. So I am interested to see what they do for SGF and everything, um, especially like for the in-person stuff. Seems pretty cool what they're kind of amping up from what I hear. So, um, and then what just got shared? Kingdom Hearts 4 images got
Mm-hmm.
shared ahead, and that's something that I'm just like, oh, I would have thought they would have, maybe that's a teaser or something. Who
Yeah.
knows? Like, but that's the thing. Jeff always likes to be coy, and sometimes people really think he's like egging something on, and he never has intentions.
Mm.
Or, it's like an Xbox thing, or I don't know, like. Whenever the Series X got announced, like, sometimes he just like doesn't even show his cards even a little bit. But that's a cool part of being, kind of peeking behind the scenes. Returning to the Genshin Impact fans. We hate them. Oh, they got nominated like 2 years in a row. Sorry, 2 years of
Yeah,
haters.
I feel like I hear him. The only time I hear about those games, that and Honkai Star Rail, it's always a Jeff show. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, I don't want to hear about these because I do not care about
Oh
these
my
at all.
gosh.
Okay, so I'm down to just cash for this one. I think we're down to just cash. Down to just cash.
He went to bed.
Did he?
I guarantee it.
Is he a sleepy boy after 11 p.m.? We lost our
He
Ryan.
needs to be. Yeah, I keep trying to force a normal sleep schedule on him.
Sometimes he's here at like 1 in the morning,
That's what I'm saying.
ranting about Wendy's
I
or
love
whatever
it.
he's passionate about.
Trust me. But that boy does need to value his sleep.
That boy is passionate about his opinions. And I love reaping the benefits of his his opinions.
See, I hope. Oh, see that means he's barely awake, and he had the ability to type in 4 characters.
I am curious. My wife asked me the other day about this. When you guys are both in the stream
Mhm.
and you live in the same house. I don't know if that's been revealed or not that you guys live in the same house. I don't know if that's public knowledge. But do you guys watch together when you watch these, or
I'd say it's 50-50. They're, I don't know, because I've watched your stream a lot, right? And sometimes I'm like, I'll straight up be at a bar, and I've had you on.
well, Ryan said he was watching me on a train or something
I
one
was
day.
dating someone, and we were not doing anything inappropriate. And I was watching your stream. And like, I watched it so many times at my house too. But it's almost interesting where I wish I would have logged like
The places you
which
watched
streams. Like once you notice a pattern, it's too late to actually have that data. Anyways, yeah, I'd say it's 50-50. We have a big at-home like theater type of thing set up. So sometimes we'll put you on the big screen 4K laser.
Oh, you guys are putting me on the projector?
Yeah, dude, 4K. Um, but yeah, I mean, we have a
I tell the whole house I'm watching the Blaster show tonight. They can either join me or not. Currently listening while invading on my wife's girls. Freedom segregation going at all times. Do they want to watch?
forgot they were having girls' night.
Put me on the projector for girls' night.
Girls' night.
I could change the thumbnail. We'll move it from Andy to girls' night.
Actually, kind of, please do.
This is the
That's so
girls' night stream.
Here, this is the post for the thumbnail. I'm just smiling.
I don't know if you caught that I put you in the thumbnail and tagged you and put your name
I
in it.
gotta. Hey, I'm charged now. I can do
I
this.
stole. I was like, I'm gonna find a picture of Andy because I did this last time for the stream,
Yeah.
and I was like,
better photos.
Andy doesn't have any public photos like anywhere.
You asked me last
And I
time
was
to
like,
upload more, and I
he
guess
should-
what I did.
He should put more photos up.
Yeah,
So then I was like, he didn't. You know what I'm gonna do?
he did it.
I'm gonna go to your TikTok and just steal an image from your TikTok.
That's probably smart. That
Which
is the most recent.
is
imagery
difficult
online of
because you don't have a lot of TikToks.
I
anymore.
took them all down.
You took all your TikToks down,
Yeah.
but then you had this hilarious Sam Porter Bridges one the other day.
Hey,
So I
new
stole it.
content.
I stole an image off of that.
Yeah, as you should. Okay,
So you're right there on the
bro. That's
and it fit perfectly. It worked out so good. On a living room TV, man. Awesome. I'm so glad.
hey, a hat. I have a hat.
You're in the wrong hat for this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get better stats. Oh, sick!
Yeah.
One of those. I left those up on the store, and I was like, nobody's gonna buy these, but I'll leave them up here just like legacy items. And then I saw you buy
felt
one, and
the
I was like,
quality of this knit. It's actually better than a lot of like. I'm just saying. I'm not
Yeah,
going to be that guy.
I have everything that I sell
Yeah.
because I go through rigorous testing with everything to
As
make
you
sure
should, like-
that it's perfect.
I did like that not even I never sold merch for my channel. I just like made some I had my sister make some shirts and stuff. But that's the thing. I need to find like some actually good decent like thread,
Mhm.
like I have an Eddie Bauer shirt. Ooh, if I could it's a t-shirt, but somehow the feel, it's like this is somehow the best t-shirt I've ever worn. It's heavier and yet it's lighter. It's not making me like overheated.
I got that one.
And like, I just wish I could find that for a reasonable price and then make custom merch from it.
Did you like the shirt? My shirt.
American Skate Stream is my. It's comfortable, and I like it a lot. And I want people to. I like to advertise you. Right? It's my gym shirt.
Oh, okay.
So I wear it at least twice a week.
So that is a Comfort Colors shirt.
Comfort color. Okay.
Yes, and they are what Kind of Funny uses for their shirts.
Really?
They are what all the people that I've been doing stuff with recently. So the JK Games guys, they use Comfort Colors, and Story Motors, the podcast I was on recently. Shout out to all those guys. Mr. Hawks is in the chat. He's one of the hosts of Story Motors. They use Comfort Colors as well.
Okay. Cool.
Then all of them. None of this was through conversations. They just all happened to do the same thing. Also, that I did.
Yeah.
They also go through Fourth Wall for their store, and that's what I run my store through.
Yeah.
His Fourth Wall, and it's just one of their options on there. But it's an awesome shirt.
No, that's
And
dope.
it was the one that I came to that was like my favorite one because it's heavy. I like a good heavy shirt.
Yeah.
I cannot get up on this grind. I keep missing this grind entirely.
I really hope they clip that section to use for an ad someday. We give consent only if you financially pay him.
No, I'm doing ads for free. I was a model the other day.
Now, I mean, hey, you're getting paid in likes.
There you go. Yeah, I'm paid in exposure.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. I thought that this was the last one, but it's Downhill Jam. God, I hate Downhill Jam.
Relive it.
What was that?
God.
What just happened?
We're down. We're down. Well,
We back?
since we got
We're back. Okay.
Well,
What?
since we've got an in between,
Uh-huh.
I brought a gift for you.
Oh my God. American Ultra on Blu-ray.
with a Best Buy sticker.
What's a Walmart sticker? Walmart Blue Bin sticker.
A Walmart sticker. I hope the disc is in there.
It's so funny that you actually brought this.
Yeah. Okay, you asked.
Ryan's eating the last pistachio thing.
Ah,
Oh,
I'm glad.
it's a double discer. Oh man, I love a
Was it
double discer.
DVD and
DVD and Blu-ray.
Okay. I kept the digital copy for myself, I guess.
To explain this to the rest of the world, I saw this on Andy's TikTok, and he was talking about getting rid of his physical collection, which is a travesty.
No, frankly, it was 5% max.
Okay.
I have so many Blu-rays, and I'm happy to get rid of American Ultra. I own it in the digital sphere.
So I find American Ultra to be like one of the best movies of all time.
The best?
Absolutely. I love Jesse Eisenberg.
He's good.
He kills a dude with a cup of noodles in this movie. Have you watched this?
Twice.
And you want to give it away?
I want to give it to someone who will value it more than myself.
Oh, it's valued here.
That's all I hope for. Cinema, baby.
I love the movie American Ultra, and I really don't need to love it as much as I do.
I think it's a fun movie, and I don't think I ever put expectations on it. But I don't know.
So I think I've talked about this a little bit before on stream, that I have this like movie fascination with American Ultra. It's no too. All right, now you're just heckling. I get this like fascination with an actor, and I'll just watch everything they do. So Jesse Eisenberg was one of those. I was just like really into everything Jesse Eisenberg did for a little bit, so I watched like Social Network, Adventureland, American Ultra, everything he did, and I was like,
Ryan hates Social Network. I'm a big fan, but
it was good. It was an okay movie. I enjoyed it enough.
I like the writing. I like the approach.
And I think it was a well-made film.
Yeah,
I could care less about the Facebook movie.
Well, that's I don't give a flip about the plot, but just the execution was better than anyone else could have done. I think that's the best version of that movie that we could have gotten. Yeah.
When we really didn't need a movie about Facebook.
No, but, like frankly, it painted the Zuck in a negative light sooner than people needed it. Yeah. Anyways,
I do like the way that Zuckerberg has slowly over the years started to look more like Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah,
I find that hilarious now that he's got like
a beef mode.
He's got his big curly hair and such now.
Yeah,
I think that looks very funny.
It's his attempt to relate to the youths. Whoop, big drop.
Oh, okay. I have to attend a toddler real quick. If you want to run around here real quick and man the fort, I'll be right back.
Big chair.
You can't sit in the big chair if you want. It's not very comfortable, but go ahead.
No, it's the big chair. I'll be living it up. Howdy, folks. Thanks for dumping tonight. Just gonna welcome you back to the show. I'm FKA Twigs. Speaking of twigs, together strong. And that's how we tie the monkey theme into his channel. Eventually, Andy will source this. And people will be like, you used one of Quentin's streams for your future video. How'd you do it? I made it up. That's all we got. Soaking on chili dog. Quick, break his speed. Oh, I actually should. Yo, exit game. Yo, retry. Yeah, so here on the Blaster Goblin channel, we appreciate you for watching and being patient. Because what are these controls? Yeah. Because we love you. My God. Yeah, I really have no idea what I was going to say with that. You don't know his setup right now, but you are an iPhone being held up with a selfie stick that is an amount. It is sturdy. But this was not the camera that I was expecting to look at. I wasn't expecting a DSLR. I thought it was just a webcam. But I should actually use my iPhone more. Did you hear Skype died? I'm running out of cold opens. Yeah. Um it's what? 11:22 make a wish. So this is really the best you're getting. Also, his room is a lot more rad than one would expect. He has to set up um, an LED on his couch, like a bar, like a light bar. I don't want to mess up his camera, but like it's a light bar. But he's got like really cool like portraits and stuff. He's got like framed comics that are autographed, which I knew about those. But I'm just connecting dots, knowing Blast or Goblin more as we all do after this entire journey. It's fun to see the context. Oh, he's got the mix CD. If you watched the stream that I was previously on, um, I think that was always there, but he brought it up on a recent stream too. About the guy that gave him one as he's walking into Walmart. Oh, and he's got retro Batman. I don't have my other suitcase with me, but I actually have that same retro Batman VHS. So fun full circle bit, you know? He already has Grease on VHS. I forgot that was one of his favorites. See, we're just giving all the personal information. Y'all know he has a Mortal Kombat machine right here, an arcade. And this TV is so much bigger than mine. It's gotta be. That's gotta be like 65-inch at least. Ladies. One of them.
I hear you collecting things and I've done.
Yes.
Right? Pib.
Sprite or Pib surprise me.
It's my pib.
Okay. He doesn't know that entices me more now. We're gonna be here all night. And the gravity's different. I don't know if that's been stated. It most definitely has. But like it feels like moon physics are like turned on 40%. And like, yeah, you get cool grinds. What is this? Like, did I break it? Did I fall into a polygon zone? Like, what's going on?
You learning about Pro Skater HD right now?
Yeah, I was trying to give a feel to the experience.
Of what you were dealing with?
Well, the room.
Well, what were you guys talking about while I was gone? Anything exciting?
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Andy Goblin Show.
Oh, yeah, that's it, baby.
Straight out the 2 liter. So, Andy, something I prepared that I forgot about until just now while I was out there pouring Pib is I prepared some tier lists for you being here, just as free content while you're here.
Yeah, great.
I made them myself.
I hope.
There are 5 in total. 2 of them I made myself today while I was supposed to be working.
Okay, perfect.
But there is a
Yeah,
few extras.
yeah. What's the best screen for me to view and
So
conduct?
I can pop them up here.
I do have my laptop too, if it's a link or anything like that.
No, I just pop this up. There it is. It's
Okay,
right
great.
there. It'll pop up on the bottom of the screen for the viewers here. So we can monitor that. So the first list I created is brand mascots that you think you could beat in a fight.
Oh,
I made the categories starting with if you really think I'd roll this prick. That's the S tier, and then if you bet on this,
okay.
you will at least make $1.
Wow.
Then I'd slap them around, and then they'd slap me around, and then they'd roll this prick.
Oh my god!
And
Okay.
so that's one.
I want to do them all now.
The other one I made was this is the 2000 cell phone tier list of because we talked about cell phones the other day, and this one is all things that end with the US. Like bodacious for the top, and then glorious. I couldn't think of one for a middle tier, so I made mediocre, us, and then heinous and anus. That's the last 2.
How appropriate you say bodacious, because I own a website domain with that word in it.
Bodacious? That's awesome.
Yeah.
So then these were just basic ones I found. These are just this one's American breakfast food, standard drinks, Pixar animation, and the best films just in general. This is just one that says best films, and it's it was best film franchises because I thought it was hilarious that this is the best film franchises list. And there was a movie on here that I saw that I was like, that's not even a franchise.
It had a spinoff on TV.
21 Jump Street, I think, is a wild thing to put as a franchise.
It is because it never developed into one.
Yeah, it's just 2 movies.
Yeah, it is. There's 3 movies that I don't even consider a franchise.
But yeah, that's that. But if you want, we can start with this one I made. We can do the brand mascots you think you could beat in a fight.
The polar bear?
Oh, that's the Coca-Cola polar bear.
Okay. How realistic do I have to be?
Well, so here's the thing. The first thing here is the Coca-Cola polar bear. And that's like a real bear.
Yeah.
Like that's a real polar bear. I can
beat a bear.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't think I can.
I'm telling you, I can't roll that prick. I think that would roll this prick.
I think I walk away as slowly as possible and hope that I have bear mace on me because that's all I know from TikTok.
You're not even going to swing on a polar bear?
That's going to initiate antagonism.
You don't think that's going to scare him?
Are you wanting dead?
Well, I just feel like, I'm not going to back down without a fight in this situation where I have to fight a brand mascot. You put me in the ring with a polar bear.
I think if I get him to fall asleep before I do, he'll win.
I think if I'm gonna fight one, like I gotta at least swing at the polar bear. It's certainly gonna roll this prick, as the tier list says, but it's gonna win. I think it's most certainly like that's the first thing on the list, like the bottom tier of the list.
For the first guy, I can't be throwing up fisticuffs at a bear. Sorry, I got a lot of mothers to get through. You know what I'm saying?
So you think it's also they'd roll this prick?
Not that I dislike bears. Who's the next one?
The next one is the Burger King King.
I can kill him.
The creepy plastic one.
I can gouge his eyes out and find its spot.
You're just immediately going in on that dude.
That's S tier. I will kill them.
You are not thinking about the history this man has.
I don't care. If I meet this mother,
we're talking
right there.
We're talking Pocket Bike Racer, Big Bumpin', and the Sneak King. You won't even know that he's there.
I've lived more life than the king.
The king can wake. You could just be, you'll just be sitting there.
The king's crown
on your couch.
The king's dead.
The king is going to pop up behind you and strangle you with a sesame seed bun. He's going to stuff it into your gullet.
I don't want to copyright your stream, so I'm just going to say the song that I'm going to play. I'm going to play King's Dead by Kendrick Lamar. Saying. it's playing at his funeral.
I feel like a part of this also, like a good tie into this list is how you would do it.
Does this tier list does this tier list consider Sneak King lore as canon?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Sneak King, I think you can call into any point of history of any of these mascot characters. If you got an obscure like commercial where the king is just like we're
Now
talking
listen,
not to spoil the rest of this list, but we're saying like the king's bursting through walls like the Kool-Aid Man. Kool-Aid Man's on this list. We'll get to
Kool-Aid
that.
Man's-
But like
we're talking
if-
about Hawkeye versus the Hulk.
if there's a
Yeah, they're Avengers. Sorry.
I'm just saying there may be some lore out there.
I
in
can
the
kill
king's-
a Bozeman. Yeah, he's gonna do a really good job of getting me. Yeah, I'll give him that. The king.
Yeah, see, Ryan's with me. Sneak King would f you up. Sneak King,
No, I'm killing him.
you won't even know he's there.
I will settle for A.
You'll settle for a, on the king, the plastic face, man.
What's the second from the top? What's that?
That would be you'd if you bet on this, you would at least make $1. Here,
No, it's S tier. Sorry, I'm sticking to my gun.
I don't. I'll just move this down. I don't need a keyboard up here. I need to get to a mouse. Oh. So then now you have reign of the tier list. So I
would roll this brick.
I feel like you're really gonna put him like all the way up there and roll this brick.
Yeah. What am I capped? What's the?
I think he's most certainly like at least the like tier under roll. Like that's a guaranteed. Roll this brick is a guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like guaranteed. The Coca-Cola polar bear is gonna demolish us.
Yeah. In the same way,
You're gonna guarantee.
I feel like a bear against a man.
You're gonna guarantee me that you could fight the Burger King and win
Yes.
without a doubt.
I have so much more tenacity than that mother.
You
I
really
have
think
so much more will and self-hatred and self-love than they have ever conceived.
I'm
so sorry.
Man, I think you're
Sorry.
really
The
doubting-
king, the self-proclaimed king. Yeah, yeah.
I really think you're
12 feet under because I did it twice.
I don't think you're taking into account the history of the king, but I'll let
I
you
don't.
get.
Neither does a bullet.
So, well, when did we bring guns into this equation? Because you could also shoot a bear.
But does the bullet care about the history of the person it does? Sorry,
You're right.
sorry.
There you go.
I'm on a mission and the king's gone.
Back to the skater
King's forgotten.
HD of this all. The warp at the end of this is just not working to take me back to the top. Oh, there it goes. 3 tries. Yeah. So
Okay, here's an interesting development.
oh, I put some wild people on this
We-
list. If you're guaranteeing beating the Burger King.
I am sorry. I
There's some
feel like we
people that I
found our
think-
sandwich.
There's some people that I think you're taking out well before the Burger King that are way easier
Yeah.
on this list.
But I'm saying you give me that first try. I do it first try.
I have a hard time believing you, but I'll let you have it.
I will.
Let
It's already done.
we can adjust the list after if
It's
we
happened
feel like
in the future,
later.
but I've already lived it and accepted it.
If you
Have
feel like later you
Yeah.
still feel this way, I'll let you have it. We'll move on to Chester Cheetah.
again, I have massive respect for animals.
I think Chester Cheetah is a wild card. I think, like, I was given a lot to Burger King. I think Chester Cheetah would wreck the Burger King. That dude is a wild card. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know. He has just tools. He could have anything just
He's
hidden.
very chill.
But I think he's also a maniac because you get into like flaming hot cheetah territory, then you're really like that's questionable. Like you don't know what that guy's capable of. Like when you pass him in the like, in
They
the
would
mall,
slap me around.
you're like you're not gonna stop and hang out. You're not gonna say hi. You're just gonna.
I'm doxing you.
You doxing me?
No.
That's fine. Did you hit the email, the old email at the bottom? Is that what it was?
I'd slap them around. They'd slap me around. They would. They just
Yeah,
would.
I think
I'm
that. See,
sorry.
yeah,
If he was on a mission, he just has.
I think he's a crazy dude,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think you have a hard time taking him out because you, like I
Now
said, you don't know
I
what that
got
man's
it.
capable of.
Not to accept my fate with the cheetah, but
Pillsbury Doughboy.
my boy, you're S tier up there. And I know,
Wait,
but he's not the stay marshmallow man.
you think he's gonna beat? You think?
Nope.
Oh, okay. You're putting him up there with the kid. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. You see, he would put up more of a fight.
Then the king.
The king's gonna.
The key flaw with you're really not giving the king his
I've seen him sneak.
I am an avid Burger King hater. That is like at least 12% of this channel is built on hating Burger King.
He's never earned my respect.
But the man's got talent for sneaking
Yeah.
and big and bumping and pocket bike racing.
He's bumping that.
He's had a history, that king.
See, but we still talk about the king more than Pillsbury because everyone knows Pillsbury is like ha ha ha. But wouldn't it be so funny if he was the big powerful one? But he just isn't.
He just isn't. And see, the thing is, I don't think he's got even a thought of a chance that Pillsbury Doughboy.
And like,
Because he is 2
I think
foot
he has
tall.
survivability. I think he would outlive me, and that's the only chance that he has.
Oh yeah, he's the Twinkie of mascots. Like he's around forever.
I think he's earned. I think that's the thing is I could get a deadly illness, he can't.
Yeah,
I could squish him, he could reform, I can't.
What is he made of?
He has no offense, but his defense is strong.
See, yeah, now you're making me think about Doughboy because my thought about him immediately was like when
he's a cockroach.
He comes up and you just kick him.
Yeah,
like you hit him center chest and he's gonna go through the wall.
Yeah. I think,
but he's padded, so I guess he could bounce back.
That's the thing. I think he's so good at being him that he's earned not complete death.
I didn't think about the fact that he's like,
I murder this guy every week. I murder this guy every week.
Oh, that dude is definitely at the bottom of the list because you just crush him.
Right.
So look, here's the thing: when I put him on the list, I knew immediately when I put him there, I was like, this guy is going on the bottom tier.
Snack that smile
because my son loves goldfish. I
know I like that kid for a reason.
He doesn't. We don't eat name brand goldfish. They've frame boiled since 1950.
Please don't.
We eat the Aldi brand turtles here that are like $1 for a giant box.
I'll accept it.
I call them turts when I'm like, hey man, you want a cup of turts? That's how I talk to my 2-year-old. Oh, hey man, do you want a cup of turts?
That's how my
and he's like, absolutely.
Brother talk to their kid.
So he eats a cup of turts at least like twice a week, and the dude loves to just crush them into the carpet, into the couch. These things crumble so easily. If you're coming at me trying to hold your own as a goldfish, you're dust. I'm turning it into a fine powder.
My spawn does a better job.
Yeah. Tony Montana doesn't have powder that will rival the fine grains that I will turn a goldfish into.
Yeah. Yeah. He belongs there.
Yeah, well above the king even.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I could send one into oblivion.
I will have more of a struggle with the king. He's just happy for me to kill him.
I would crush a goldfish, turn it back into a goldfish, and then crush it again.
This is actually teaching me a lot about the human nature of mascots. Now, because here's where a differing opinion comes. I think I could beat this bear more than the Coca-Cola bear.
Oh, okay, so that's a cartoon bear.
Yeah, but so is the Coca-Cola technically.
But we're taking an account of what these characters are.
Yeah.
What does that bear love more than anything?
My stool.
It just loves wiping its cheeks and doing a little dance about it.
Yeah, and they purposely never show any aggression.
I don't think that bear could throw a punch if it wanted to.
Yeah, I think I would die of guilt because I found out it's like a mother. You know, I think that would be. I would feel such remorse and have to go through like mental anguish for harming
So
such a kind creature.
I purposely picked the father bear when I put him on the
That's the
list.
father.
I think so. It's either the father
I
or
didn't
the.
mean to gender
Well, they're a family, so there's the mom, the dad, and the two children.
Yeah.
The children, when I searched Charmin Bear, children came up first every time, and I was like, well, we can't make a tier list where we assault child
Yeah.
bears.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I could kill a child bear. I guess a cub. Just calling it child bear. The things I could do to a child bear. Okay, hold. I want to retract that sentence.
Yeah, I'd slap him around. I don't think I would fully murder, but man, what a massive spread we got already. I
Oh
do
yeah.
really feel like they're middle ground because they're less than a struggle of Cheddar Cheetah.
Uh huh. Oh
Um,
yeah, because Cheddar Cheetah is a wild card.
and but like I could kill them quicker than Pillsbury.
Yeah, I love the narrative you've added to Pillsbury based off of his like squishy form that he has this indestructibility because he's basically a giant airbag.
Does that mean the bear belongs here?
Why would the bear go there?
I think I think Pillsbury would outlive me more than the bear would outlive. Like again, I'm killing or destroying both
Now,
easily.
now you're putting your full life in the hands of this situation because, like you said, like with Pillsbury Boy, you can get diseased.
Yeah, but he'd still outlive. I'm talking.
You don't think you could wreck him before you got diseased? You don't think that you could?
No, I would absolutely.
Here's the
murder
thing
him.
that I think.
Yeah, you're right.
If we go back to Doughboy for a minute,
Yeah.
he's no Stretch Armstrong. So I don't know if you get where I'm going with this. I think you could rip him in half.
Yeah.
I think a good tug,
I think
Doughboy.
I'm giving him a lot of benefit of the doubt.
I think if you twist and rip, Doughboy's in half.
Yeah.
Doughboy more like in half boy.
Is he like a biscuit?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, can you do that?
Or if you beat him on the counter, dude might just burst up.
I know I just had dinner and take me out.
What is this goal? Manual through 5 puddles?
Yeah, that bear's in the middle. All right. And Jack. Okay, I'm gonna need a little education because I've only seen his annoying head in commercials,
Okay, so here's the other thing.
if that.
I don't know anything about Jack in the Box other than that they do both burgers
I
and
think
tacos.
he'd be harder to kill than the king.
But
I think he hides behind.
based off of the commercials, I think that dude's a full-blown psychopath.
I think they'd slap me around.
Like I was worried about the
I think
the king sneaking.
no.
I think Jack's a full-blown psychopath. Like you don't want to come across Jack in and out.
That's the thing. It's like I smell baloney.
Oh,
The
really?
king's serving it. I don't smell anything, and that's almost worse. With Jack.
Yeah.
Because who can
Saw Jack in the Box. Oh, you got a thing with Jack in the Box, don't? Am I remembering that right? Is
Me?
like no, Ryan.
Okay.
Does Ryan have a thing with the Jack in the Box guy?
Oh my god!
That's-
I just saw the one that's next.
That sounds
Sorry.
very familiar. Please respond if you think that, if you do, or maybe I'm mixing that up with something else.
Yeah, I feel like this man has caused mass diarrhea for the fun of it.
Jack. Oh yeah, I can see that.
All right. So now the Mucinex guys.
Let me tell you, the inception of this comes
great pick.
from an old thread or tweet, whatever it was, that I had, and that's where the list comes from. Where it was like 4 p.m. on a Tuesday, I tweeted out of nowhere, if I got into a fight with the Mucinex guy, I'd roll this prick. And that's where the list naming came from.
Yeah.
I just saw him one day and I was like, oh, I can drop
the
him.
thing is like I can't hate the Pillsbury Doughboy too much. But Mucinex guy, he'd probably critique me while I'm killing him.
Jack's perfect.
Yeah, I really think yeah, you hit the Mucinex on the head there. That goal is great.
The things I would do, like, he's a booger.
Sure.
So he's a booger with legs, is what the Mucinex man is. And you can kind of like you'd punch and get stuck in him. I think the movie Kung Pao. You know that movie?
Yeah,
So when they like punch
Rand
through
doesn't.
and it punches the circle through that guy?
Yeah.
That's what I do to this guy, the Mucinex man. I would punch a hole in the Mucinex man.
Yeah.
I would
I really
open the top of him like a can. The Mucinex man stands no chance to me.
I do think he'd take a minute longer than the goldfish would. I think the goldfish is.
Yeah, I guess you're right there, but he's directly under him.
Exactly.
You were all in on the king. I'm all in on wrecking that gold.
Yeah, and
Mucinex
I think we got a 50-50 pairing here. I'll give you that. You give me mine. We're good to go.
Okay, I'll take it because I will. I verifiably would roll that brick.
And the Pillsbury is just waving. It's funny because they all have the same white background now, so it's like,
Yes, they're all in a little group. They all came out of like the same like list.
yeah.
Because first, for ideas, I googled brand mascots and
Yeah.
took a bunch out of that
I
list.
mean, the toilet paper god over here.
Oh man, Mario! You put Mario at the bottom?
In the same way, are you familiar with his game? I am familiar with his game.
Yeah, and what's he do?
Brawl.
Oh, he can jump. Oh man, Mario jumps.
Play Brawl.
How tall is he?
Have you played Brawl?
I've played Brawl. How tall is Mario?
Stature ain't got it. Kendrick won.
I think Brawl
Kendrick won.
is a work of fiction. Mario's prime move is jump, and I don't think he can jump on my head. I'm gonna be honest. If he can't hit your head, he dies. That's the biggest problem with Mario. One punch, if he can't reach your head, he's a goner.
Now, I'll give you that. I think I could beat Mario more than I could beat Jack, so I think I have to bump Jack down. But he hasn't earned that. There's just that air of mystery. He could just be a foe. He could be a Trojan horse.
Mario?
No, the Jack guy.
Oh, the Jack guy. Yeah, I don't know anything about the Jack guy.
I do think the cheetah.
I didn't take Mario into account when I was. Well, I didn't take like Smash Brothers as into account when I formed this opinion immediately. I'd put him a little bit above Roll This Brick, but I still think I could just knock Mario's sock. I'd punch him out of his socks. I would absolutely punch him in his socks. Would go whatever that noise. There was a Mario noise in my head when I said that,
and his diagram if we want him to, but I just don't think he belongs here. I think he's harder than that.
You don't think?
I think he's harder.
Mario? I definitely slap him around. You think he's high? You think he's harder than Charmin Bear?
I think he's harder than Charmin Bear. I think he's a slightly above average man.
Taking so you're taking the Smash Bros into account. How often does Mario win Smash Bros?
Like half.
Like he's no Kirby. I mean, certainly he's no Kirby.
Yeah. No one is actually maining Mario.
Yeah.
Luigi. Yeah.
Mario's there
Definitely
to
Luigi
be
first.
the mascot.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because Luigi will kill you with a gun.
What is that? What?
That's a Michelin Man.
It's congratulations. We took a break from giving ratings at restaurants.
For the tires, yeah, and the restaurants. That Michelin Man.
Wow. I would roll him.
You really think so? He's like the Pillsbury Doughboy. He's cushy.
Yeah, he is harder. I'd slap him around.
Oh, there's the one I've been looking for. I think.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is I can't rip him in half.
Yeah, he's I think he's a little more rubbery though, because he's a tire man.
I think he's harder than the bear, and I think he's harder than Mario. Fuck, I think he's harder than. Yeah. I'm really thinking about.
Well, he's a tire man, and I think that's something you really got to think about is him being a tire man.
I'm gonna be like, ow, my skin hurts, and then I'm gonna have to keep trying to beat this guy. I think he's harder than the cheetah.
You see, my thought was that like
he's a bear. He's a bear.
Doughboy's squishy.
Yeah.
When you hit him,
this guy just.
I think he's a little more rubbery. Like you punch him, and it's like you get a little bounce out of it.
I think I'm screwed.
I think I don't know if he's that far, but he definitely slap you around. Why does that keep happening?
I think for now Mickey has gotta go.
What do you mean? Oh, you think he's down? Oh, you think Mickey's up higher?
Yeah.
What has Mickey ever shown you that makes you think that
Kingdom
Mickey?
Hearts.
Oh, okay.
But
That's a work of fiction, also.
yeah, but he's got swords that he can just like he can summon weapons.
All of these.
Mario still has to rely on the drops. Like every time, like Mario always picks up items. He never produces them. But a magical being that can create object, I can't create object. I can't do that. I can pick up object.
Mario can or Mickey can create object.
Mickey summons the Keyblade.
Oh, okay.
Like
See, I'm not a Kingdom Hearts guy, so I did not know this about.
Well, and he's technically a magician.
I don't know the Mickey lore. I know that he had a paintbrush once.
Yeah, that's another lore.
We watch a lot of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse and Mickey Mouse Funhouse here, where Mickey is just a dude that owns a lot of tools and has friends that do things for him.
We had a Christmas VHS for your kid there.
So Mickey in Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, there's a little Mickey Mouse head-shaped guy that flies around named Toodles that brings him all the tools that they need, specifically Mouska tools. And they're usually like a rubber hose, something real simple that like it would not be useful in a fight, but Toodles could bring a Glock. I have no idea. I don't know what the limits on Toodles' talent is.
Yeah, I think the mouse and the legal fees alone.
Oh well, yeah. When you bring that aspect into it,
it's his house. It's his house.
It is his house.
Okay.
At least for the streaming rights of it, like and that whole situation, there's a lot of money involved there that they're not going to let you get away with it. Like you think that you're gonna take out the mouse, but then like,
yeah, I think he's that good.
They're gonna send in a guy to help him out, just for brand protection.
Now I will say I'm having a harder time with the king than I would with planters.
Oh,
I know he's got a cane.
Oh yeah, you'd absolutely roll him.
Yeah.
And see, I ran into a problem with him too, putting him on the list. Okay. Because I was like, do we count him or do we count Baby Nut? Do you remember Baby Nut?
Yeah.
That they did for like a week. They were like, this is our mascot, and then they were like, nobody wants Baby Nut. We're back to the old man.
What an odd.
So I thought, like, should I put Baby Nut on the list? But it came to the same thing as the Charmin Bears of like, probably shouldn't put that on this list. The less we talk about assaulting children during the stream, the better it will be for all of us in the future.
What am I looking at? Pepsi?
What are you looking at? Oh, Pepsi Man. You know Pepsi Man?
Barely. It's from the 90s?
He had a video game where you would run around through. It was like kind of an endless runner thing.
Okay. Is he? What? I'm gonna trust your professional opinion.
Pepsi Man's jacked. So that's the thing.
The Michelin rubber man.
Oh, like Pepsi Man is a toned muscle bodybuilder.
He's killing me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have any muscle to speak of.
He's almost as bad as the bear.
So he's got that, but he's also just a dude who likes Pepsi a lot.
Yeah.
I don't think he has like a lot of fighting skill, but he certainly is a man.
Yeah.
That is jacked as all hell.
He'll get me.
So you put him up there.
Well, I put him there, and then I put Ronald McDonald.
No, I'm not saying I couldn't I'm not saying I couldn't hold my own with Pepsi Man because he is just merely a man.
Okay.
So I think he's more in a slap us around. Like he'd slap me around.
Yeah, I respect your opinion,
but I think in the end that he'd win. But
I think him and Jack are comparable.
I'd get a couple punches in on Pepsi Man before he laid me out flat. And then pushed me to the ground and made me eat dirt.
What about Ronald McDonald?
Oh, Ronald McDonald? That dude's nuts.
That dude's nuts.
He's a clown man.
Yeah, but so's Jack, and Jack keeps it. Yeah.
See, there's two different kinds of.
He started a kids foundation. There's
There's two different kinds of wild here we're looking at. They like we've got Jack. Jack is secretly nuts. You don't know what Jack's gonna do. You know what Ronald's capable of.
It's like two different versions of it's like well, it's not like that. I guess Heath Ledger versus Jack Nicholson's, I guess.
There you go. Yeah, see, I would compare him to a
Yeah.
Joker as well. Because they're both clowns.
Yeah, but like you can see Heath Ledger's approach, where it's just like the mask, and it's like, oh, you really don't know what's going on with this guy. Meanwhile, Ronald McDonald's always been here.
Yeah.
He's always been Jack Nicholson. It's always been the basis, the first.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, they belong in a group together. I think Pepsi Man's easier than them then.
Well, yeah.
I think if we're comparing these two on the same plane, then we have to bump him up in terms of easier.
Like I say with Pepsi Man is merely a man. Like there's nothing.
That sounds like something.
I think it's phone thing again. I think it's I think that's Pepsi Man's biggest weakness. He's just a dude. Sure, he looks like he's made of metal or whatever, but he do be just a dude, is what they be saying about Pepsi Man in the streets.
Then I'd slap him around.
Oh no, he'd still slap us around because he's toned.
Yeah.
He's a body-built man.
Speaking of slap me around, this guy's easily they roll me.
Oh, you think Kool-Aid Man's gonna roll you?
I think Kool-Aid Man already has.
His Kool-Aid Man is done to your body.
Oh, yeah. I think he's worse than it. Oh, I think I could talk Mercy into him. I can't talk Mercy into a bear. A bear is on one mission.
But also, if you could get a hold of a hammer, Kool-Aid Man's got nothing on you.
But okay, here's the ultimate question. What is Kool-Aid Man?
Kool-Aid Man is
Kool-Aid Man.
Oh boy, are we going?
Is
Are we
Kool-Aid
going
Man
there?
the container?
All I know is
if I get a prosthetic limb, does that make me less of the being that I already am?
if you break Kool-Aid Man's
my
jaw,
physical guts.
there you go. Okay, I get what you're saying. I think, regardless, whatever Kool-Aid Man is, if you break his jar, he can't just float. He can't be floating liquid. If you break his jar, he's down. But it's gonna be real hard to break that jar because that man can bust through solid drywall.
What if he invested in bulletproof glass?
Now that's a wrinkle I didn't think of. This Kool-Aid Man bulletproof.
Banking on that. Because think about it, he crashes through brick.
Yeah, I mean, if you're crashing through a brick wall, you gotta invest in some kind of protection on your glass body.
Protection. It's not actually glass. It's just see-through material. It's plasma.
The Kool-Aid Man is pure energy.
Plasma that is just replicating a clear pitcher.
He's an energy man. He is,
Like of all the forms for a demigod to take, a glass pitcher was not what I had on my list, but a purple lamp was. Is that a monster band?
Oh yeah, Monster Energy armband. Yeah.
Did you get to pick that?
No, it just came stock on Chris Cole.
What am I looking at? Is this the roly poly caterpillar? What am I?
Oh, that's the M&M guys. All of them.
All of them.
I think they come together as a group.
See, I got a lot of Cappies in my life. These guys are my enemy. Actually,
grab Drake over the little four. What is a little four? Is that this? Oh, okay. That is a little four.
I think. Yep. I think they fit right there. I think they are the most difficult.
Really?
The easiest.
You think
of the easier?
Yeah, that makes sense. Because there's a lot of them.
And they're bigger than you think. And it's like, I can't really exactly eat all of you right now.
Well, yeah, if you think they're at least like torso height, or like mid chest.
That big of an M&M on me, say from the Empire State Building, I'm probably getting squished before the M&M's getting squished.
Well, they crack because
their
shell is easily broken. But
Just a candy coating, just
yeah,
add more padding. I can't add more.
yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, how hard is the chocolate?
But they're not a bear.
Like, what is the temperature? Like, if it's cold, that's going to be a hard one to break. That frozen chocolate
Yeah.
is a rough thing
You
to try to
can't
fight through.
yeah, you can't do the Terminator method, you know?
Yeah, frozen chocolate is not. You break a tooth on a frozen M&M.
Oh. Yeah, if you melt them, you have to keep them at a constant running pool, and then just like put them into the ocean and hope that they never
Ah, yeah, I didn't think about it. They do regenerate. They reharden.
well, yeah. I mean, if you immediately, yeah,
Or you're next thing you know, you're messing with a pancake ham. You gotta fight a pancake ham out of nowhere.
and then they can choose to break off into their yep. Too many questions. Too many.
It's going down a crazy road.
I'm giving them way more credit than they deserve. Their candy. Only the Tiger
Man went
is the
too deep.
last dude.
Yeah. Because
Definitely harder than the cheetah.
Tony the Tiger,
He's definitely
Tony Hawk sponsorship. So he had to make the list.
They would rock me, and
Oh yeah, Tony the Tiger is.
I can't shoot him with a. I can shoot him. I can shoot Tony the Tiger. What am I saying? I am capable of firing a firearm at Tony the Tiger and having it affect. I can't do that to the Michelin Man.
Yeah,
Like
because he's a tire.
Yeah. And we still don't know about Kool-Aid Man, but if he can survive brick, he can most likely survive a lot more than that.
Yeah, if you're gonna shoot him with a gun, it has to be a high-powered gun.
Bullet ain't gonna do a bear. I think this fits. I think that tier is done.
Think that's our list?
I think that's our hardest. So I'm inferring that the cheetah is harder than Mickey. Yes.
Yeah, well, I remember.
I'm just double confirming all my picks.
Chester Cheetah is without a doubt a wild card.
He really is. He chooses to be dormant.
You don't know what that man's gonna come up with. Either he's a chilled cheddar cheetah, but he's a flaming hot cheetah.
I do think Mickey has way too many assets at his disposal to take me out any way he wants. Jack is a mystery.
He's a mystery.
Ronald.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that the list?
See, these two, silly, but I get it. I'm killing him. I'm killing him. We're killing them together.
I don't entirely agree, but if that's the list, that's the list.
I think it is.
Oh. Okay. Camera went out for a second. I wonder if that's happened every time that's happened. I just finished Pro Skater HD. I just made it through.
Wow.
It is midnight 04. Clocked in right at midnight 04. 9:30 to midnight 04.
Is that the quickest playthrough of a single game that you've had on this?
No, not compared to Tony Hawk Shred, which I did in an hour, 49 minutes, and 25 seconds.
I'm saying it, like, because I swear you played Shred more than just one stream's worth.
No, Shred was one stream. Ride was 3. Shred was one stream, 1 hour.
Yeah. Well, can you add this one to the list now?
I might be able to. So here's
I have to watch this.
What kind of time are you looking at?
Yeah, I got time.
Are you
I'm here.
Are you ready to crash out, or are you?
I got more energy
because this can go longer. Because now that the main campaign is complete, I could try some projectives or Big Head Survival or Hawkman. There are other things in this.
I think the audience deserves to know what Big Head Survival is.
I have no idea what Big Head Survival is.
Okay.
We'll try it. Because I'm curious of what Big Head Survival is. And if you want to, there is more list.
Yes, I do.
Which,
I do, actually.
Are you thinking...
What was your second one? You made another one?
The other one I made was the cell phone list.
Yeah.
Just because we've talked about cell phones.
Yeah, I want to look.
But there's not very many in there. So
that's fine.
That one would be a quick list to do.
That's fine.
Oh, I know this. This is in Pro Skater 5.
Well,
This is big head
I don't
mode.
know what that is.
That one just was around a lot. I never had one.
Okay.
I just remember seeing that one all the time. What is that called? It has a name. It has a little orange logo on it. I can't think of what it's called.
I feel like my brother had the. See, that's the thing. I wish I knew their
Oh,
names.
that's like the classic. I call that the grandma phone.
Yeah.
That's the like classic, just basic Samsung silver flip phone. Like everybody's grandma had that one.
See, my father had a blackjack, not a blackberry. But
What's a blackjack?
it was like AT&T's reply to the BlackBerry.
Oh, okay.
It was like squarer, but it still had the full keyboard. Look at this guy.
So my mom had a BlackBerry, and then later, it was handed down to me for like a minute.
Did you like it any?
Yeah, I liked the little scrolly ball.
Is it more than mediocre?
I lost my head.
Whoa.
It was okay. I would say it was like, I think it was a cool experience,
Sure.
but
Is that just because it was a phone?
no, I think it, like, the little rolly ball was cool, but I also think the BlackBerry was a bit of a novelty.
I'm not sure what's going on at the bottom of this one.
So that one there is an LG Shine.
Oh,
Do you remember the LG
That
Shine?
was a mirror.
Yeah, it had a mirror on the
I'll
front.
give it credit. I still kind of feel nostalgic for it, even though I didn't own it. And that's
I know.
why I do.
I didn't either. So my childhood phone is on here. Like the ones I had.
Okay.
All three of the phones I had leading up to an iPhone are on there.
Is this one of them?
Which would be the Samsung slider.
This one?
No, it'd be these two here. So the skinny Samsung slider, and then later what was called the Propel, which was the Samsung slider with a full-size keyboard on it.
Were they glorious?
They were just the most run-of-the-mill basic cell phone.
Oh, okay.
They had a keypad that went in every direction with a little select button on the front, and that was it. It was your basic cell phone. It was not cool to have. It was just a cell phone.
Well, we'll just set that there. And that, I guess the BlackBerry is the best of the mediocre type of core. This slider though, that was fun. I didn't.
This Sidekick?
Yeah, I didn't have one.
The sideways one?
Someone from my class did, and I remember I saw like watching like cable TV or something, advertised from it. Like Verizon was doing and it wasn't actually live TV. It's like the closest thing to wireless internet they had.
Yeah.
I guess it's glorious.
Sidekick. I think the Sidekick has like a special place in history.
Yeah, I think it does. Is it bodacious?
I don't
know if it is for me.
I would say it's most certainly iconic. I don't know if it's like the peak, but the Sidekick was in like movies.
Yeah.
It was advertised everywhere. Unlike those T-Mobile commercials that I talked about on one of the ride streams, the ones that were like you had your top friends list on your T-Mobile cell phone.
Yeah.
And the Sidekick was always the one they used for that.
Okay, so help me out. Which one's this one called? I remember the design.
That is the LG Chocolate.
Oh, wow. Their name schemes, I'm like, oh yeah, I do remember hearing about that.
I know, right? As I was going through these, I was like, wow, this is a blast from the past of names that I haven't heard.
So those two are on the exact
20 years.
Same. The Shine and the Chocolate are 1 and 1 to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like, you had that thing. Good for you.
If you had one of those, you were the coolest dude.
I could maybe make this type of tier list for MP3 players.
Oh man, that was a good one. I didn't even think about that.
No, I had so many disposable ones. Like, the iPod will be on there, I guess, but that's not what I really grew up with. Is this a Razr?
Yeah, that would be the Motorola Razr.
That one, frankly, the original, it's bodacious for me.
Oh yeah, that
one really is.
It's certainly more iconic than the Sidekick.
Yeah. Or even the classic flip phone.
I certainly think so.
Because it was like, oh wow, thin, sleek shield. I don't know, like where it's like, oh, we finally have modern tech. Like that's what it kind of instilled.
Plus, its colors.
Yeah.
Like
it was expressions, and it was the iPod era.
Nothing's cooler than the pink Razr. The pink Razr was rad. My mom had a pink Razr.
My mom too. my well, and then she got purple, and that broke. And I was like, they don't make them anymore. Track phone, yeah, right? Is that what that is, or is
Oh,
that
that would
Nokia?
be the Nokia.
Yeah, the
That
brick.
that was just it was a meme. That's kind of
I
its
am
thing.
gonna call it heinous. There, like,
Yeah,
yeah, it survives, and that's all it's good for.
I'm gonna say that meme kind of obnoxious. The Nokia brick meme got old real quick.
Yeah, it kind of stuck around way longer than anyone should have.
It's not a joke that anybody was like, "Well, this is a good one."
It's frankly, it's like the goat screaming thing. There are movies including it now. What did I just see? Lilo and Stitch. I saw a TV spot, and they used the goat scream for something. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. And now I lost respect for it. I was like, maybe Lilo and Stitch. I don't. God. Um. And then Thor: Love and Thunder also had something like that, and I was like, guys, Marvel. What's this one called?
Which one am I looking at? Possibly the sidekick again. Did I put it on there twice?
No, this sidekick's different. See? It's like a
I
flip
think
flop.
that one that you have there is actually the sidekick, while the other one is not.
Yeah, but the side keyboard thing was one my brother definitely had, so it
Yes.
definitely is more respected than the official sidekick thing.
Yeah, I think the sidekick is the sidekick, and then the one that you put on there originally is like the LG version of the sidekick.
Well,
LG was wrecking phones at this time.
Yeah.
Like early 2000, LG had it. I'm an LG TV guy.
Yeah, wow.
But I think LG really peaked at the cell phone game. Like that was where they did their best work.
Yeah, I think this is our list. And frankly, this one may not even deserve anus, but I'm just not familiar with its game.
I'm just familiar with it being in pictures and such all over.
Yeah, but you know, at least I'm familiar with a joke and its actual durability for the Nokia. You know?
Yeah.
It's like tech. Yeah, but I really don't like the Nokia, so that's why it deserves lower than a stock phone that I just have zero opinion on. You can tell I'm thinking very seriously.
Yeah,
about this.
I'm happy with how much work you're putting into this list.
Listen, you put me to work.
It's been a while since I've done tier lists on here, so I just
Rating.
thought, like, why not? While I have somebody here, and I'm glad you're putting
not
work
mean to
into it.
exit out of it.
Oh, that's okay.
I did it for dramatic effect.
That's okay.
Okay.
It don't have to stay up. It served its purpose.
Whoa.
You'll never get touched again.
Couldn't be me. What is that? A donut? No, that's a bagel.
Oh, are you on the breakfast food? Yeah, that's the breakfast
I knew I
food
was
list.
coming.
Are you a big breakfast foods guy?
Yeah, and I'm tired of denying it. Like
I've never
I'm
heard
sorry,
somebody
big breakfast fan. Big breakfast fan. I will go to a competitor. No, we don't serve breakfast, but
okay.
I go to competitors when I go to work because they have breakfast food and we don't.
Unbelievable.
If we had breakfast food, I would spend all my money at work. I already buy sandwiches.
Flex.
Yeah, you're invited too. Oh gosh. Where do you stand on bacon? Because I'm pro.
Oh, I'm pro bacon for sure.
Good.
My wife is not a bacon person, but she's a turkey bacon person.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. You know?
It's okay, but I don't think it rivals the real thing.
Hey, more for us.
I wish that were the case, but instead it's just I don't get bacon very.
It's not the
So here's the thing that I'm coming into with when I made this breakfast list is that
Can I remove some of these tiers? Like I don't need.
Oh,
I can go F to C to A.
Absolutely, yeah. I don't know how you do that, but if you want to, yes. Whatever you need to do to adjust the list to make it better.
There it is.
Just remove it on out of there.
Then I don't know what these bought. Not brick. Why would I include that? Sorry, I'm just thinking as a tier. Not. What did I just delete? Well, they're both gone.
Okay.
Okay. Bagels. Solidly.
So here's the thing with breakfast foods.
Yeah.
I like usually if I eat breakfast at home, it's pretty basic. It's like cereal or like I get like a or the old Jimmy Dean biscuit
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I get breakfast sandwiches all the time.
Or if I'm going to work, I hit the Casey's and I get one of their breakfast burritos
Oh,
or their breakfast pizza.
Casey's breakfast has gotten so much better.
Dude, the breakfast burrito,
Oh,
I
God,
have like one of
yeah.
those a week.
My,
Those rip so hard.
my sister and her family introduced me to them probably the last time that I visited, and
They're so good.
it is next level.
They're stupid good. I had one today.
I had one today. See, me saying this is trying to encourage the roommates for us to go soon.
To Casey's?
We have a Casey's near us, and they're always like, "Oh, we love Casey's." I'm like, "Get the breakfast." And they're like, "Oh no." I was like, "You don't know it."
They don't want to go to Casey's all the time.
They like the pizza, but it is kind of a blue moon situation.
Yeah. Casey's is not the first pick for pizza. Clearly, as we picked that
But they love it. They
Pizza
love
Hut was
it.
the best. They love Casey's pizza.
And that's just like the impressions of whenever Casey's lists come up. They probably don't love it comparatively to other places. I'm on a show. Have fun. You know?
I love it, but it's not the peak. But when I go to the main time I experience breakfast foods is when I go to get breakfast foods.
Yeah.
So, it's boneless the bomb. What a dumb addition. When I go to get breakfast, because of where I live, and I don't think it's a thing where you live in Chicago. It's specifically a Central Illinois thing. The horseshoe
Oh yeah.
that people don't.
Yeah, it doesn't make it past Peoria.
Yeah, people don't know about that outside of Central Illinois, which the horseshoe is like it's considered an open face sandwich.
Yeah.
Toasted bread on bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Usually hamburger patty, or I like a chicken strip. I'm a chicken strip horseshoe guy.
Strip all the way, actually. Yeah.
And chicken strips, and then fries, and then smothered in a cheese sauce.
Yeah. Crinkle cut is.
Oh, Ryan was back. I missed that he was saying stuff. Slow down there, partner. I don't even like their sausage pizza fake fan. Is that directed at me? I like their sausage pizza, or is that you? Do you not like sausage pizza?
I'm not really that big on sausage pizza.
So, well, now that Ryan's here, I'm curious if he's ever experienced a horseshoe.
I actually am trying to force them to come to Springfield for a vacation day. I'm gonna take them to the sites and stuff, and one of them will include a horseshoe.
Yeah, which is a Central Illinois staple. It's kind of the only thing we have here that's worthwhile. But where I was going with that is that translates to another thing, which is the breakfast shoe, which is just biscuits, hash browns, sausage or bacon or bowl.
It's so bad for you.
I think I said biscuits. Everything that you can have in a breakfast meal, and it's all stacked on top of each other, and then they put gravy all over it, just white sausage gravy all over the top of it. And that is usually my go-to for a breakfast if I go out somewhere. So I'm familiar with the horseshoe via the SIU dining halls. They had those in your dining hall?
It's like saying, "Oh, I'm familiar with cinema because I've seen the Emoji Movie." Sorry, you've seen a movie.
You picked a poll that is the only movie I have ever turned off in the middle of it.
That's what I was hoping for.
I will watch the most awful movies and just stick through it because I like to finish things that I start.
Yeah.
But the Emoji Movie, first thing I've ever turned off, allegedly, was watching a pirated version of it as well.
How does that happen?
Funniest part of that.
No.
Who went to the Emoji Movie with a camera?
Oh. Okay. I'm kind of speed running this one.
Yeah, I missed all your things. Oh, hold on a minute.
There's just so many options. I have
Turn around.
Kind of
Get that Red Bull down. Get that out of here entirely.
That's fine. Can I leave it?
Are we doing this again? We're doing this again.
Can I leave it in C tier?
I think Red Bull is an abomination to this country.
I'll give it. And that's full sugar, so I actually don't drink that one. I only drink the zero sugar.
Oh, really?
And it's not even that often.
I'm gonna get in trouble for it because I said to take it off there. My wife is a diehard Red Bull drinker every day. She
Oh.
drinks Red Bull every single day. The full sugar Red Bulls.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's not the worst thing. Like, yeah,
I think Red Bull tastes like bleach.
it is a lot
Like,
of chemicals.
it is just like I feel like I just sucked down a can full of kerosene if I'm drinking a Red Bull. Or
Yeah.
really most energy drinks, Monster, whatever, they all taste like just whatever other kind of insert chemical here, turpentine. I feel like I'm drinking just whatever disgusting chemical.
Yeah. Toast C tier.
Oh yeah.
I'm guessing this is sausage. Sausage is A tier. Better than.
What's Red Bull ever duty? Are you a passionate Red Bull man?
He's an addict.
It starts with dude come up. Red Bull Yellow Edition is elite. See, I think that's one of the ones she doesn't like is the yellow is the like yellow flavor of Red Bull.
Yellow doesn't do for me.
You
Biscuit's better than donuts.
Oh no, absolutely not. I think biscuit is always a last resort for me. Like if I'm going to like a McDonald's or somewhere,
Yeah.
I like if your option is a breakfast sandwich on a biscuit, if there's another option, I'm going to pick the other option. Biscuits are almost always dried out. They're way too flaky. They're going to turn your mouth into dust. Unless they're smothered in gravy. That's the things biscuits have.
Is there anything in this space that isn't smothered in gravy? Name of that movie.
I have no idea what movie that is.
Emperor's New Groove, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I need your help. What are some of these? I feel like my contacts are failing.
I have no idea. I didn't make this list. I have to look. What is, you ask me what that is? That's an egg. I don't know.
I don't know.
Like,
What
wait, is
was that?
okay? He's got it on biscuits. Oh, am I going too hard on the biscuit? What? Oh, I didn't know we had biscuit lovers in the viewing party. Nobody enjoys a biscuit.
She does.
A biscuit is forced on you unless it's got gravy on it.
Would you rather drink a Red Bull or a Fresca?
Absolutely a Red Bull. And I'm pretty anti Red Bull most of the time, but that's like asking if I'd rather just if I would rather drink a Pepsi or shoot myself in the forehead with a gun. Those are the options you've given me.
Yeah, I guess juice is better. Okay, I'm just putting pie. Is that cold pizza? Because I do eat that.
Cold pizza's gross.
We'll leave it in F then. See, like, what is this hole?
What hole?
Some...
Oh, that says nothing in the middle of it.
Great.
So nothing for breakfast.
Okay, are these deviled eggs?
Sounds like a Pepsi.
I'm guessing they're deviled eggs. Or at least hard boiled. What's going on? Yeah, you go right next to the sunny side. Sorry.
Oh no, I missed the O.
Muffins are better.
I had that combo locked and just missed the O.
Pancakes rock, but not too much. Pancake rock.
I'm so lost on this list. You're just blowing through it.
Yeah,
it's not a. It's way too big to be a debatable list, especially at 12:25 a.m. We could just blow right past the list for all I care. These were not guaranteed things.
I'm almost done.
Okay.
We got French toast.
Whatever you're feeling, you go ahead and you consult me as needed.
See, I'm kind of doing categories. We got muffins.
Okay.
Which I guess are down here. Because I like French toast more than pancakes, more than muffins. Do you feel that, Stan?
What is setting that off?
Yeah.
It's something with the dock. The dock may be overheating.
Dang.
I don't know.
Yeah, basketball game tomorrow. Pop
Well,
Tarts, pro or anti?
man, it's really crashed out over here and doesn't know what to do.
Oh yeah, it's freaking out.
It might have died. This might be the end of the
Oh,
Pro
well, that's
Skater
okay.
HD stream.
We had fun while it lasted. And on that note, is that ranch? Is that just a sandwich? What are some breakfast sandwich? Terrible photo.
There it
Toaster
goes.
strudel over Pop Tarts. Yeah, I'd say that's right. Toaster strudels are better than Pop Tarts.
I don't think it's charging. It looks like it appears to be dying.
I'm slowly dying. Hot waffles.
That's okay. If it dies, it dies. The projectives were never going to get finished anyways. These are stupid long.
Toaster strudels. Yeah, toaster strudels are better.
Were you a toaster strudel guy?
Believe it or not, I'm one of those freaks that likes toaster scramblers, which
What
are
is
just the savory
Toaster
versions.
strudels greater than Pop Tart? I always thought the we're back on biscuits again. Toaster strudel is the biscuit of like the fast breakfast world.
It is.
It's too dry. It's not gonna it's not gonna be an enjoyable experience. The icing, never as much icing as you want. Like it's always either too much or too little of icing. The ratios are all off on a toaster strudel. Toaster strudel more like toaster bad ratio. I've been really reaching with those jokes all night.
You know, okay, I'll give you one more. Yeah, I guess that fits. What is this?
Oh, toaster strudels are Pillsbury. I didn't even make the connection.
Oh yeah, we would destroy them. I do mess with some fruit.
Oh, just straight fruit for breakfast?
I ate a banana.
You always, if you
Past couple
have
days.
just fruit for breakfast, you feel like a king afterwards. You know,
Yeah.
like you feel so good about yourself if you have just fruit for breakfast. I keep overshooting
That's
that.
gonna
Oh,
be oatmeal.
you're strudeling wrong. What do you mean I'm strudeling
I
wrong?
put it in the wrong place for him. He's upset.
Oh,
I
okay.
put in C at the top of C tier, which is technically one off of A more than is any of F. But whatever. I'll bump it up to A.
It may just be my issues with strudels not being correct ever.
Oatmeal goes there. See, now that oatmeal goes here, we can put it in A.
I think that strudels have a problem with having
it
an explanation
goes-
to how they work. Like
Yeah.
there should be more rules to be like you need to have this much icing along the like to these edges. There's just not enough instruction to strudel. They're just letting you go at it on your own, and I don't think that us as Americans are responsible enough to be icing our own strudels. I like
Okay,
them pre-iced.
I genuinely have no idea what these 5 are.
Oh, I have no idea either. That last one just appears to be like protein powder bucket.
Yeah.
Oh, and it's down again.
Well, on that note, I drink that as much as coffee.
I say we call it.
Yeah.
There we go. It's on the full screen mode. We called it. Or to this.
Something's there.
There we go. Just that.
Yeah, I guess that's
Oh, that chat window is so broken here. I didn't design this one very well when I was throwing this one together. Look, there's a white box. What's the white box about?
Yeah, I think this is our list.
I don't know what source is putting that white box there.
What do you think? Any outliers?
I didn't even look because I was too busy shredding.
Yeah, you were.
Breakfast burrito is S tier and bacon. Scrambled eggs, worst kind of egg. Huh. I think the best kind of egg is the one with the little yellow button on it. Like this guy's got to be up here. This guy down here.
Oh,
I don't know what this is. What is that? It looks like shrimp.
it's roasted potatoes.
Oh, roasted potatoes. It looks like a pan full of
That's my
peanuts.
biscuits. No, I don't.
This thing, this hash brown thing, way too greasy every time you get
It
one.
is, and you hope for
You get a drink with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get a drink, and the drink is grease. It's gonna slide down quick though. Sausage patty, not as good as Lynx, but Lynx don't appear to be on the list. Just water.
Yeah, I guess, right.
If you're drinking just a glass of water for breakfast,
Exclusively.
that's
Concerning.
you're a nutcase.
Oh, I guess
You cannot do that.
I guess I did put Pop Tarts in F tier. And was that a sandwich?
That's a sandwich. It's got an egg on it. It
Sandwich
looks
can
like
go
a
up here.
BLT with an egg.
Yeah, sandwich can go up higher. I just didn't know what to think of it.
Oh, BLT with an egg is like way up here. That slaps.
Yeah. Pop Tarts are probably better than Yoplait.
Wait, where's toaster strudels? So
Yeah.
Pop Tarts are like here.
Oh, wow. You really like them?
No, I'll put it down here in this tier. I'll even let it be behind the strudel. But a Pop Tart, the Pop Tart's just like the basic of the basic.
It is.
I
It
need a
is.
breakfast.
It's a pretty mid.
I need a breakfast, and I also need the front seat of my car to be coated with sprinkles. It's
Yeah.
what you is when you do a Pop Tart.
How dare food be hot?
Coffee's awful, so that can be an F. Just
Yeah.
milk is maniac material. Do you drink milk?
I used to.
As an adult, you drank a
I
milk.
even got pressured out of it one more time when I was seeing someone, and I brought Oreos over, but because I had just plain milk with it, I'm like, it's milk and cookies. Even that got publicly shamed
Yeah.
out of me.
Yeah.
And now we just don't drink milk in my house
Nope.
anymore. And especially now with a lot of FDA, things not happening, the verifications, it doesn't even feel safe to drink anymore. Sorry, got milk. I don't.
Yeah, milk is nuts. I don't know why people drink milk.
It has slowly and then all of a sudden faded from my yeah.
It's funny to me that you're just a big milk guy in general. That's a wild thing to be like a. I'm a milk dude. You don't want to be a milk dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's our Pro Skater HD's done. So next week is Pro Skater 5,
Wow.
and then 1+2.
And then
And
hopefully
then
3
we
plus
wait till July if I can get it that fast. Pro Skater 5 is a monster of a game. It could take weeks.
Huh.
That could run me 2 to 3 weeks, possibly 4 weeks even.
Okay.
Depends on how hard I go if I'm gonna do all goals or not. 1+2 I can do in a night, easy. Both campaigns one night.
Do you know if 3 plus 4 is doing any sort of beta testing similar to certain things?
There's a demo in June for pre-orders,
Okay.
so there will be the Foundry demo. Other than that, I've sent some emails, no response. Been ghosted on a lot of emails lately. Let me tell you, I sent some emails, got some emails back, and then I sent them the response email, and they never respond.
Change email with girls' numbers, and we're on the same plane.
So, yeah, I'm still hoping maybe somebody gets back to me on that and says, "Here is your very early copy of 3+4," or "Here's an early demo."
So
This sick demo that everybody had to play at THPS Fest, and I didn't get included in.
Tony Hawk showed up, thinks you're a Make-A-Wish guy.
I'll play it up. I don't care. Whatever I got.
You heard you broke the record. Saying if Tony were to hear it, he has to know you exist.
Let me show you something, Andy.
Did I miss something?
No, this is not public knowledge, but I got a response today from. Oh, it was May 14th. I emailed Tony Hawk's management to try to get an interview and used that I am Tony Hawk Shred world record holder in the email, and they responded to me, "Thank you for your interest in Tony Hawk, but we are unable to accommodate your request. We wish you all the best with your channel."
How nice of them to reply.
Oh, yeah, one of the few people to reply to me in my recent emails.
And how nice that that's the
Tony Hawk's management. But look, when I said I was going to be obnoxious as I possibly can be with this thing,
obnoxious is endearing.
I was like,
that's what you're saying obnoxious is.
I'm going to spin this in as many ways as I can to get me as far as I can. It's a joke, but I've also been trying to use it to my advantage, and everyone's like, we do not care. Nobody cares about Tony Hawk Shreds, so they will not. It is not benefiting me.
Will now.
Everyone, as soon as I'm like Tony Hawk Shred World Record holder, they're like, "What is Tony Hawk Shred?"
Yeah, yeah, they are already. They're just like, is that the one? And you're like, no, it's after. And you're
Yeah,
like,
it's
oh,
not. No, it's not Ride. It's the other one with the stupid plastic skateboard, and it is my biggest claim to fame now.
I'm proud of you.
Well, that's the stream. Unless you've got some. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
Um, Officially, no.
He jumped on some. So thrown off by that. Died on a bib. All right, that's the story.
Yeah, be kinder to people and talk more. I don't know.
Okay, well that's it then. Thanks for coming. Sorry for the late Andy tease.
Yeah, sorry.
We'll do Pro Skater 5 next week. Oh, also a video tomorrow. It was supposed to come out yesterday.
Mm.
No, yes, Thursday. It's supposed to come at 5 p.m. Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I watched it again, because I watch everything right before I upload
As you
it,
should.
I do one watch through. I watched through it at 4:50, and I didn't like it, so I deleted it, and then redid and re-edited the whole thing last night from scratch. Just started over, redid the whole thing, and then it's gonna go up tomorrow.
We all go through those
It's an
as
unscripted.
creatives, where you're just like, I hate those projects though, where it's like, nope, I just have to restart. I just
Yeah.
have to redo it.
Yeah, I just didn't like the flow, so I just restarted it.
But sometimes you gotta.
It's much better now. It's an unscripted, so it's also partner video at the same time because it's about Mind's Eye. So look out for Mind's Eye video tomorrow. That's it.
Dump it up.